Rise and Grind Morning Show is the best podcast in the world. Amik Robertson.
That's right. We the best, says Amik Robertson. Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is game day. The Detroit Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Bucs at home, and man, do we need Amik Robertson to have a big day today. A big night, I should say. He's leading out this secondary, depleted as it is, to go out and make some big plays tonight against Mike Evans and the rest of the Tampa Bay Bucs. Let's get into who's in. I know I'm way late. Some of you know, some of you don't. Been pretty sick, pretty not feeling very good. So I guess I saved all my energy for this. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's get into the injury report. My graphics are going to be way off. I can tell you that right now. It's been one of those days. Oh, yeah. Studs Kansas City up. All right, who's in, who's out? Kirby Joseph, we know, is out. Vontae Maddox is out. Sione Vaki, Terrion Arnold is out. Why is that going so fast? There we go. Taylor Decker was questionable. You know, I got to get into this. Let's jump into this one. Forget the injury report. Let's get into Pride of Detroit. They got everything set up for us here. Full list of moves from today for your Detroit Lions. Lee McNeil's activated from PUP. He will play tonight. Lions signed Arthur Maulette to the 53-man roster ahead of tonight's game. And I forgot, for some reason, that ahead of a Monday night game, there's a rule that you can add 2 players to the roster on game day or something like that. I totally forgot about that. So temporary elevation from for today's game would be Trey Flowers and Lauren Strickland. Lions did release Ty Summers. That kind of sucks. I like Ty. I really do, man. I like Ty. Streamers added already, or should I say another channel. Getting into who's in, who's out. That's it, right? That's it. So I didn't see where Kendall Fuller was activated, which kind of sucks, right? I was hoping that Kendall was going to get in, but realistically, I mean, the dude's only been in since Thursday, you know. It's probably not a whole lot of time, you know, since he's coming back from an injury too. Got to try to pull some stuff up live. Man, I thought the game was at 8. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought the game was at 8. I thought I was doing good there in the last few minutes. And then no, I was like, oh my God, the game is at 7. I better hurry up. See, that's what happens when you don't go to the game. Usually at the game. Wish I was at the game. But it wasn't going to happen. Just wasn't going to happen. Let's get into a couple more things here. Let's get into some keys of the game. I put out the article, the keys to the game. If any of you had seen it, great. If not, check out DetroitFootballJournal.com. That we know is working. DetroitFootballJournal.com. And give it a ride, man. It's free. As a matter of fact, I know this is going to make, you know, or maybe not, some of the people that have already subscribed and have paid for the paywall stuff. I am going to probably open up the paywall and just try to get a bunch of subscribers as quickly as possible so that we can get a bunch of people in there and get this information out. So I'm going to open it up after this week. Detroit Football Journal will have no fee to join, and it's going to be limited. So you'll be able to do it. I'll talk about it all this week, but it'll be limited for maybe 2 weeks at the most. And that way we can get a bunch of people in there, and that way we can get that chat going. I know that we kind of left the Facebook thing alone, but at least I have. I don't know if the other mods or whatever have done anything with it. So I want to get the chat going in there. We had over 2,500 people in a chat that the chat got bounced by Facebook with all the other chats. It wasn't anything we did. It was something they did. So that's the goal behind it anyway. I don't know why my ears are so low. I can't hear anything. Does my audio sound fine on your side? All right, sorry about that. I think we're good. It's just really low on my side for some reason. All right, so let's get into some of the keys of the game. And let's talk about what's going to happen in this game or what could happen in this game and what my projections were. We'll see if any of you guys agree. But before I do, I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. Stain Vision, Maureen, Jay Cruisin, J-Rod, Bobby May. Better the Hunt at the game, man. I'm so disappointed I didn't get to go. Really disappointed. Well, such is life, I guess. Would have been great to meet your wife and see you and your daughter again. Would have been great. Along with everybody else that I was hoping to meet from this chat there tonight. Who else is in here? Krista H. Skush Sanders. That's a new name. Hey, welcome in. Order you them, Dad. T. Webbs. Brandy Coffee's in the house. Let's see. Who else is in here? We got a light crew, I think. Like we always do. We always do. At least on game nights, man. I just don't get enough reach on game nights. I really don't. Speaking of reach, man, you guys, Lady Lion, what's happening? Ken Ross. There's another weird one in here. It just says 0. What's up, 0? Bees 9. It says Lions 1. I'm at the game. All right, that works. It works for me. I was gonna play a whole bunch of stuff tonight because I got new evidence. After all of this, I was saying, speaking of reach, I got some new evidence now over the weekend about this whole Chiefs scandal, Goodell scandal, the ref gate. And quite honestly, a lot of it's coming from the Chiefs game this weekend. When you see very clearly some things that they did on a play. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what play it was. It was the play where Mahomes stood up and said, man, this never effing works. Right? And then he goes back down and then they hike the ball. That was a false start. It was a false start by the same exact rules that we just read for Jared Goff's trick play. Same exact thing. It just wasn't a quarterback. It was the running backs. I'll give you a clue. You can't move abruptly, right? And you can't move back towards the line of scrimmage. So when the running back is set and then he quick jerks and makes a motion like the ball was going to be hiked, because that's what Patrick Mahomes was doing, right? He's like, oh, right? And then dude tries to jump in the backfield like he's going to go around to the other side. He comes back and sets, and then the other guy does it on the other side, the other running back. So that's a false start twice. Not called. So that's part of the evidence. I got a lot more evidence. I've been working hard on the rest of volume 2, the follow-up, Follow the Money. It's going to take some time. And volume 3, which is getting inside these refs' lives, and we're gonna try to shake the tree. We're gonna try to shake it. It's gonna take some time. But anyway, talking about reach, you guys are absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough. Love the support. And I don't even know how many subscribers we've had now in the last week. Well over 1,400. Well over in the last week. We're pushing 12K, probably hit it today. Or get real close. Might hit it today. Depends how many people stop into the stream and decide to hit the old subscribe button. But I expect to have it throughout the week. And then we're just going to keep on pushing, man. We're going to keep on pushing to 13 and just keep on going. The sooner we get more subscribers, the sooner we can get a fan base back on track, right? With the cool, calm, collected, and the transparent, the adults in the room, right? Trying to have good conversations. Not to say that no one else doesn't have good conversations, because they absolutely do. But we try to do things a little bit different here. Just a little bit. All right, let's get into the keys. Enough BSing. All right, overall. And yes, I actually fixed this slide. 11, the Lions ranking in overall 11th. Bucks 2 right now. Number 1. I didn't even fix it. See how it says AFC ranking? I didn't fix it. Number 1 in the NFC are your Bucks right now. Lions are 6th, or were before any of these games. Have to remember that. These slides are made before all of the games over the weekend. Lions are 4-2, Bucks 5-1. Division ranking, the Lions are tied for 2nd. Division ranking. Lions are second. Division ranking for the Bucs, they're in first place. NFC North record, Lions are 1-1, and the Bucs are 1-0. Slide number 2, overall offensive ranking, the Lions are 11th. This is pretty even matchup right here. Lions putting up about 32 per game, Bucs putting up about 28. Scoring, Lions are second, Bucs are sixth. And of course, that is with, certain individuals for the Bucs, right, playing. And there's a lot of individuals that are injured or getting injured the last week or so. So, that could change some things. The one thing I won't discredit is who Baker Mayfield is. That dude he's a damn good quarterback. I forgot to bring in the Bucs injury report. I'll do that in just a moment. Anyway, that's your overall offense to offense ranking. Moving on, defense to defense. Again, it's fairly even when you kind of look at it, but at the same time, I would say with the Lions missing all of their DBs, these numbers could be a little bit inflated tonight. 9th overall defense, 14th in passing. That could be very bad tonight, or Amik could have a really good game. Amik told us he wants 2 interceptions today. So he wants 2. Not just 1, he wants 2. Rushing defense, Lions are 11th. I expect that to maintain. Scoring defense, Lions are 18th. I expect that to maintain. Points per game, 24. Points allowed, 25 by the Bucs defense. So I do expect the Lions to try to keep these guys under 24 points. I think my overall call of the game was 35-23. And I think the Lions could do that. I think this has to be an offensive performance tonight. Absolutely. Has to be. Total defense, week over week, Lions have dropped a couple of points. We have the 9th overall ranked defense right now. We were 8th, dropped 2 in passing. We dropped 4 in rushing, and we dropped 2 in scoring. So we're allowing about 24 points per game. Offense versus defense, the Lions offense going up against this defense. This is going to be a tough defense. Without a doubt, we know that Todd Bowles comes to play. And he's probably one of the best at dialing up blitzes and disguise blitzes and pressures from all angles. But your 11th ranked offense is going to take care of it tonight, and I'm about to tell you why. Next slide here. Total defense versus offense. Lions defense, again, 9th ranked. Bucs, 12th ranked offense. If Emeka Egbuka plays tonight, that could change some things. Mike Evans is expected to play, but Emeka Egbuka was questionable, and last I heard was a game time decision. I'm not sure if that decision's been out yet. It probably has, around 5:30, maybe 6 at the latest. Yeah, probably 5:30, if he was going to be an inactive or not. Like I said, I'm way behind. Way behind. So let me get that pulled up. Not prepared. I'm just coming in to hang out tonight. Bucs. Let's see. Godwin, Haggard, Irving, Castro, Brewer, Vildor, Williams. So Egbuka's not listed. He's not listed, which means he's probably playing. He's probably playing tonight. All right, get into number 7 here. Lions offense versus the Bucs offense. Lions putting up 354, Bucs 355. Very, very even match. Passing yards, we're putting up 225. They're putting up 244. Passing yards per attempt, Jared Goff's putting up 8. Baker 7.9. Rush yards per game, 129 for the Lions, 109 for the Bucs. I'm a little disappointed with the Lions run game right now. We're just not getting the explosives that we used to. 4.4 yards per carry is not Detroit Lions football. It's just not. That's not who we are. And when you look at last year, we far exceeded what we were doing. So the offensive line absolutely is critical. And anytime you're missing, a couple of players and you lose a couple of guys in the offseason, you can see how that has impacted us. Red zone offense, Lions are 4th, going up against the Bucs, who are 23rd in the red zone. So that is edge for the Lions. Lions are scoring a TD 74% of the time when they enter the red zone, good for 3.3 touchdowns per game. On the other side, though, the Bucs, when they do get into the red zone, even though they are the 23rd ranked defense, they're only allowing 1.7 touchdowns per game. That's a really strong red zone defense. And their third down conversion rate is, mid-pack at 14. They're allowing 41% of the opponent's third downs to convert and 60% of the fourth downs to convert. And that's right in line with the Lions. We are converting 40% on third down and 64% on fourth down. In the criticals, we're going to flip it. The Lions are 24th in the red zone, allowing a red zone rate of 67%, 2.3 touchdowns scored per game. But on the other side, the Bucs are not as strong in the red zone. They're only scoring 1.8 touchdowns per game, 69% scoring percentage. And their third down rank is 15th, but we're allowing 41% conversion rate, which I'm happy with. I'm not mad at it at all. It could be a lot better. But our fourth down rate at 50%, it's not concerning. We just don't get a lot of or a lot of teams going into fourth down. Jared Goff versus Mayfield, man, this is a fun matchup. Two great guys, really doing great things this season. The biggest difference here is completion percentage. Obviously, Jared Goff leading the league, about 10 points better than Baker. Baker's thrown a couple hundred more yards this season. Lack of rush game for the Bucs is the reason why. A couple more drops for Baker. Two extra touchdowns for Jared Goff, and pretty low on the interception rate here. 2 for Jared, 1 for Mayfield. 120.6 passer rating for Jared, 108.5 for Baker. In our last slide of the night, explosives. Both of these teams love to get downfield in the pass game, and so far they're pretty even. So it's going to be a great matchup. I think that this all comes down to these freaking streamers, which, my God, I'm going to have to turn this on to subscriber only mode. I don't know how many we've kicked out, and I don't even know why they do this crap. It doesn't make any sense. What I would like for somebody to do is go look at the other streams and see which streams are not getting them, and then that'll tell you which channel is doing it. Exactly. All right. And we're back. So, for the Bucs, on the Bucs side here, like I said, they're inactives tonight, and the Lions inactives. Obviously, we know Kirby Joseph's out, Vontae Maddox, Sione Vaki, Terrion Arnold, Mekhi Wingo. Mekhi's got a lot of work to do. Quentin Jefferson and Jamie Robinson didn't make it up tonight. I'm a little bit surprised that didn't happen, at least as an extra body. Chris Godwin for the Bucs, he's out. Luke Haggard, Bucky Irving, Castro, Brewer, Kendall Vildor, former Lion, and Josh Williams. All right, let's get into my keys of the game. How's everybody doing tonight? Start dropping in some predictions, man. What do you guys think's going to happen? Who's going to be your player of the game? Who do you think's going to stand out tonight? What do you think it's going to take to beat the Bucs? It's Monday night. Are we wearing blacks tonight? I didn't even see that. I've been so off of social media and everything, just been kind of hunkered down trying to get better. Just trying to stay hydrated, man. All right, so this week, man, it's week 7 already. I can't believe it. You guys have heard me say this so many times. It's like we want football so bad in March and April and May. June just drags ass. And then all of a sudden, you're halfway through the season. It's just crazy. I don't know if it's because I'm old now and like time is just flying by. Like a week is like a Monday now. It's like it's just gone. A whole week. Gone. Done. Anyway, Lions 4-2, bringing in the Tampa Bay Bucs, who are 5-1. 65,000 plus tonight, sold out crowd in Ford Field. Obviously, this matchup has seeding implications for the NFC. This is a must-win game for the Detroit Lions. And I say that for multiple reasons. Most important thing is we have not, I'm 45, Accelerator. We have not lost 2 games in a row. Unless you count the Washington loss and then the loss to Green Bay to start this season. We have not lost 2 games in a row going on, 2.5 seasons now. Ever since the second half of 2022, I believe, is when it started. So, anyway, the fight obviously is bigger than the game. And like I put in the article, man, tonight's Keys of the Game is brought to you by Rockhound Cancer Foundation. And yeah, Jammy he's inactive tonight, Trace. It's crazy. Anyway, this week's Keys of the Game brought to you by Rockhound Cancer Foundation, October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's why you always see me rocking a pin or a hat or both, something. We all know someone, a mother, a sister, a daughter, a friend, a teammate whose life has been touched by this disease, and their courage, their resilience, and determination remind us all that football isn't the only battle worth fighting. At Rockhound, we believe in using our platform to raise awareness, support families, and honor the warriors who continue to inspire us every day. So as we break down this week's matchup, please also pause to recognize the bigger picture. Standing together, lifting each other up, pushing forward until victory is won on the field and in life. A couple of big shout outs for me, my sister, and obviously my Megan, my best half, Megan. Those two in their fight against breast cancer, aggressive forms of breast cancer, and watching what they had to go through and still go through. Man, they mean a ton to me, but it's that courage, right? And it's that determination. That's why we are so committed to wanting to help others first here, because everybody could use a little bit of help at some point. We're going to start with the key matchup tonight, which is Dan Skipper. Dan Skipper versus the Bucs right side rush. So if Taylor Decker wasn't unable to go tonight, this was going to be my biggest key of the game. So I do not see Taylor Decker out. I don't see him inactive. He's not on, the injury report or the final injury report. So that's all good news. That means it sounds like Taylor Decker's going to be in tonight managing that left side, which is huge because this is what could have happened. So I'm still going to talk about it because some of these things are now what Taylor Decker has to deal with tonight. Decker's, got a veteran consistency in handling the speed to power rushers, and he has a stabilizing force. I mean, he's been playing this game a long time, 10 years, in Detroit, and it's that consistency that we really need on the left side, on Jared Goff's blind side. So while Skipper is serviceable, I think he's a little bit rigid now at this time in his career. He has been, I think, since this summer. He's a little bit more vulnerable to the quickness off the edge and the inside counters. What I wouldn't mind seeing is Skip getting in there, being that swing tackle tonight, offering some more protection in the run game. The Lions really need to get the run game going tonight. And if they need to utilize Skipper to help them do that, I think that's a much better opportunity than just throwing tight ends in there all the time. Like, put Skip in. He can definitely help Deck out. So the biggest keys for me with him is Tampa's right side rushers, right? Primarily Hassan Reddick and the rotational looks from Yaya Diaby. Reddick's first step explosiveness and his ability to really bend that corner make him the single biggest worry for the Lions on that side tonight for that offensive line. So the pass protection adjustments was expect Detroit to slide protections more often, given Skipper's inside help and from the guard, and forcing the back or the tight end to account for the widest rusher, whoever's coming from the widest angle. With Skipper out and Taylor Decker in, I'm still expecting a little bit of slide, just not as much. Chip blocks, they're going to be key tonight. Sam Laporta or Jahmyr Gibbs can slow Reddick's get off, and that's also going to be utilized in, I'm going to make a change real quick. Is everybody in here subscribed? If you're not subscribed, would you mind subscribing right now so that I can change this to subscriber only mode? I don't want to kick you out. These bots are going nuts, and it's really disturbing to the chat. I'm going to give it like 2-3 minutes. And then I'm going to hit subscriber only mode because it's stupid. I'm going to visit one of their channels real quick. Let me check this out. Yeah, they just joined today. They literally just created an account today. So I'm going to go in and report this user. There we go. If any of the mods have the time or the wherewithal to do it, you can report each one. Just report them as spam bots, and YouTube will take care of them right away. They'll end up hitting the whole channel. So if they are belonging to one of the other creators in Detroit, they'll take down their entire channel. All of them. Every channel that's tied to them. So, all right, getting into this. Chip blocks, obviously Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs. They can slow Reddick's get off, but that really comes at the cost of delaying some of the routes. And if you look, for Detroit to really mix in the motion to chip alignments tonight, it'll disguise the help a little bit, and it should still give Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery some opportunity to slip, a little bit of a hip chip slip forward. That's kind of what I know it's stupid, but that's just what I call it. Chip with a hip, right? And a little bit of a dip and a slip. And you get upfield and catch that ball from JG and get north. Max protect, obviously, on play action, but play action's key tonight. If we can't get our play action menu opened, we're going to be in trouble. The impact on Goff, if Dan Skipper was in tonight, so the things now that Taylor Decker has to be mindful of, is that Jared Goff thrives when he's clean. We know that. Every quarterback does. It's not an indictment on Jared. But his efficiency plummets. So under pressure, if Skipper were to struggle early or Decker to struggle early, Tampa's going to start to overload blitzes then to that side. And it's going to force Goff into hurried throws. So Detroit has to neutralize this by leaning on these quick game concepts that I know a lot of us are getting sick of because it's dink and dunk and we're not getting downfield. But you really don't have a choice. Like, if you get pressure, you don't have a choice but to lean into the dink and dunk. So this is where you got to have the hot reads to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that's why I think tonight's going to be a big night for Sam Laporta. And then you have the run game implications tonight. So Decker's absence, if he wasn't in, or the fact that he is in tonight, he's going to have to deal with this now. The bread and butter, right? The outside zone and the duo runs to the left side of the line. If Decker wasn't in, that's big. It's impacted big time. With Decker in, we should be able to manage those plays still. Skipper really doesn't generate the same movement, right? He doesn't get the same movement at the point of attack. He can't get upfield to get to that second level if needed. He doesn't pull really well, and to slam the other side of the line. So this is where it would limit Montgomery's downhill efficiency. And I expect Detroit to shift more runs behind Sewell. Again, if they're overloading the right side and trying to attack Decker for whatever reason, or Mahogany, or wherever they find a weak spot in our offensive line tonight, I think that if you shift the runs behind Skipper or use Gibbs on the perimeter and toss the ball in motion, right, it'll stretch Tampa horizontally. Let me... All right, so... Hold on, Trace. Are you hiding the user on the channel or are you deleting? So okay, it looks like you're hiding, right? All right, good. It was still showing that it wasn't hidden for some reason. And you know how I hate doing this stuff because I'll end up blocking somebody and don't mean to. If you get blocked tonight, by all means, it is not by purpose. It is not by purpose. Okay. The bottom line is this. If Decker sits, which he's not, then the blind side becomes Tampa's pressure trigger. It's still going to be their pressure trigger because that's the best side of the line to try to attack. It just is. Penei Sewell, his pass pro has not been as good as Decker's this year, but he's also not allowing a bunch of pressure either. All right, so just after 7 o'clock, I think I'm going to go to subscriber-only mode. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I just don't want to kick anybody out. That's never our goal. Maureen, I don't, but I will be bringing in the local audio tonight. Hopefully it'll stay in rhythm. All right, so next up, Jared Goff versus the Bucs' aggressive style of defense. And by the way, if you want to follow along, if you'd like to read the things that I'm writing every week, here you go. I just posted it in the chat. I'll pin it. So the biggest thing for Jared, man, he has to see that field tonight. He has to be a good surveyor. He has to make the right calls and quickly. If I'm John Morton tonight, I'm playing to Jared's strengths, which is, it's going to help my quarterback evade pressure and make those big plays count, right? So neutralize that blitz with movement. You guys heard me talk about this before, how I like to get Jared away from the line. I want him to roll out more. I love watching Jared roll out. He doesn't have to have the fastest feet in the world to do it. It just has to be a called play, right? Scripted versus unscripted. Not Roger Goodell scripted, different type of script, right? Context would be this. The Buccaneers blitz 35.5% of the time. It's the fourth highest in the league. They're registering pressure more than half the time when blitzing, which is 56.6%, which is second highest in the league. Second highest in the league. Their 47 pressures when blitzing lead the league, along with their 26 unblocked pressures, which is 7 more than any other team, again, prior to this weekend. Why it matters is Jared Goff actually excels against the blitz, recording the highest passer rating, 137.1, and completion percentage, 77.1, over any qualified quarterback yet this season. The issue is when he is pressured by the blitz. So there's a difference. There's blitz, and then there's pressure with the blitz. You can blitz, and it gets stopped, up front. We stonewall him. Jared does great because you're leaving holes everywhere, and Jared finds those holes. It's just when they succeed and they're able to penetrate and get a little bit of pressure on Jared, his numbers plummet, man, and it's bad. He goes all the way down from a 137.1 passer rating down to a where is it? 72.1. Almost half. That's crazy. Almost half. And his completion percentage drops all the way down to 40%. Again, almost half. Not good. Right? So why does it matter? What works by neutralizing the blitz with movement? Why does it work? Well, you move the launch point away from the predictable spots, number one, which I think is a big key. You need to move that launch point. You got to give Jared a little bit more room. It forces the edge rushers to hesitate, and it respects that run fake, which for Jared, not a huge deal, but could be a delayed handoff. It simplifies Goff's reads. So you half the field progressions, fit his rhythm passing style. So I want to see him moving tonight. I want to see him getting out of that pocket, rolling out, speed outs, naked boots, whatever it is. Want to see him moving around a little bit tonight. Then you got the quick screens. Get Gibbs and St. Brown involved in these. The Bucs do lead the league in unblocked pressures, 26th. So if they're going to come flying off the end in an unblocked pressure, we're going to slide somebody right around them. You put Monty acting like he's going to go and chip somebody, and he just goes right around him, and Goff will just drop it, right in the bucket. So we need to punish their over-aggressive blitzers tonight. You throw it behind them, utilize the leverage of them being aggressive. You get Gibbs in space against these linebackers. It really allows the Lions to do some damage. Tampa's been allowing 6.2 yards of yak per reception by a running back. So my second biggest key of the night tonight, outside of, this will be our third key. So the first one is sliding protections, obviously, on the offensive line. The second one is Sam Laporta. He has to be involved big time in this game. Third one is the screen game. If John Morton is not throwing a bunch of screens out there tonight, only one thing is not happening. They're not blitzing. But if they're blitzing, which they should be, John Morton better be calling some screen game. And if he's not, then I don't know what he's doing. But I'll yield back on that because, he might call something different that could work. We might actually see some downfield game tonight, and we haven't seen a whole lot downfield in a while. So another big key is St. Brown, man. His blocking, his vision, his awareness on these wide receiver screens, they work. He's an extension of the run game, so you have to get him involved too. Tempo and rhythm passing tonight. Obviously, you want Goff to utilize that high pass rating, especially against the blitz. Remember, 137.1, 77% completion rate when clean. A lot lower when pressured by half. But let's use some quick game concepts, man. Some slants, some sticks, some hitches. Stay ahead of the chains, right? Let's not even get to third down. I want to start seeing us throw on first down a little bit. We're always running early, and then it kind of gets into a groove, and then Tampa's going to know what's coming, and then they shut you down, and then we go 3 and out, and we go 3 and out, and we can't do that. Morton has to be able to call a pass early in this game. Looks like the game's on. What am I doing here? Got to get the game rolling. Shoot. I already missed like 4 plays. My bad. See, the clock just ticked away, and I didn't see anybody yell at me in the chat. My bad. My bad.
Position, they get Taylor Decker back. He's been bothered by a bad shoulder, missed the.
All right, let me get audio set up.
And then here's all that talent on the outside, in the backfield, at tight end, everywhere you look.
They can come at you a lot of different ways. They like their matchups each and every week.
Here's Gibbs again. 3 straight touches by Jahmyr Gibbs.
3 straight runs by Gibbs, huh?
Over the left side, it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up. The guy who makes this defense go for Todd Bowles is the man in the middle, Vita Vea. And then the linebackers, Levante David's been doing it a long time. They want better coverage from Servassier Dennis. And the secondary very.
Hey, kill. That means he's calling an audible.
3rd down and 6.
Pass. Jared Goff sets back, and he's got all day. He's going to roll out. There he goes. Ball downfield. Flag out. Hopefully it's holding downfield, not at the line.
Secondary. And the indication it's against Tampa Bay.
There we go.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 25. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, 1st down.
All right, while they're doing that, let me do a quick recap here. So we had the kickoff. We had an incompletion to start. So they did throw on 1st down. Look at that. John Morton's already listening. He's already listening, man. 30-yard pass to get us rolling. Short right to Jahmyr Gibbs. Again, utilizing that screen game. 30 yards. 2 passes in a row. Love it. 2-yard run, 2-yard run, 5-yard penalty. Here we are. Good work, man. Good work. So my keys be working.
Yeah,
just got to find them.
And that's one of the areas this year with Detroit.
At least they're working so far. I better not count my chickens.
They've always been a big outside zone running team, but I think because of these young.
All right, I'm going to go to subscriber mode. Hopefully you guys are all subscribed.
Along with Tate Ratledge, the rookie, it just suits their style a little bit better within that run game.
Servassier Dennis, you saw him on the medical table on the Tampa Bay sideline at 2nd and 7. Goff over the middle.
Ooh, got him. Got him. That's a touchdown. I'm on Ross St. Brown. Love the kill call there.
Jacob Parrish fell down, and Amon-Ra St. Brown took.
All right, subscriber only mode is on. I hope you guys are all subscribed.
St. Brown is going to come in on the cross, and when you're matched up one-on-one with him, and Jacob Parrish being a rookie, of course he slips, but that's a tough matchup. Amon-Ra St. Brown We saw last week, and Lisa Salters talked about it.
All right, that's a good way to start. There we go.
Possessed this week, and everyone to a man couldn't wait to
There we go.
Fourth opening drive.
Oh, looks like we lost like 3 people.
Jared Goff led Detroit Lions.
You know what? Let me adjust the
Was coming out of the ears of
let me adjust the
after that drop in Kansas City. He's into the end zone. Goff's got a smile. And the Lions lead by 7.
let me adjust these ads. Man, I had a rough day today. Really rough. Everything was broken.
Run the AI query?
Like everything wasn't working.
It's like the AI's not even using
Everything's
it.
changed.
Oh, yeah, it's not.
Stream wasn't connected.
It's on our cloud.
I'm glad they're doing all the updates and all the upgrades and all that good stuff. But it's like, can you just send us an email and say, hey, we're doing all this stuff? If I had to do any breaking news today, I would have been screwed. Not that I would have been able to get it going anyway. All right. Thank you all for sticking around and dealing with the bots. They should be done now. If they do subscribe, we would get a rash of BS every 20 minutes. I put a timer on it that they would have to subscribe and be a member for 20 minutes or subscriber for 20 minutes. So maybe next time I'll just do subscriber only mode from the beginning. At some point, we'll get more people in. We got a few more people in tonight. But we should be having hundreds, man. I haven't had hundreds in a stream, and I can't tell you how long on a game stream. We used to have hundreds in. Hundreds. Especially when I first started. And again, if you're one of the new subscribers, thank you. We're very, very close to hitting a new mark. We're 80 subscribers away from hitting 12,000. That's insane, isn't it? We were just asking for 10. We are at 99, like 09 or something like that 2 weeks ago. And here we're gonna cross 12,000 this week. It's pretty cool. So I was listening to.
This is kind of crazy that over the last 2 seasons by quarter, it's been a slow start in the first quarter.
I was listening to Tim Twentyman's breakdown with what's that dude's name? Brad Golly, and they were talking about I just saw AQM in the chat. They were talking about AQM's brother, a little brother or something, is just a massive dude himself. They're trying to get him like a sideline pass or something because every time he's like on the sideline, he has a really good game. There better be holding on that play. That was an insane return.
At the Tampa Bay 25, it's coming back for a hold.
There we go. Let me see if I can get the local guys in here.
Mayfield thought he would have great field position, but no.
During the return, holding receiving team number 26. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
It's against Kayvon Merriweather. Who is guilty of the hold right there. The hold right there.
I knew I shouldn't have started it. Look at the big guy out there, Lee McNeil, man.
Kidding.
Look at Lee McNeil jumping up and down. You think he's ready to go?
Well, here comes that Lions defense that we've talked so much about.
I'm going to get audio rolling.
Secondary because of injuries, and Aline McNeil is out there. Mayfield on first down. Takes the snap, turns, gives to White over the right side, slams across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Picked up 5, maybe 6, depending upon the spot. First quarter brought to you by Hungry Howie's Pizza. For flavor as bold as going for it on fourth down. Order Hungry Howie's flavored crust pizza today. Got 5 on first down.
I'll be right back.
And just a classic little duo play, getting a bunch of double teams right across the front of that line of scrimmage, and looked like Miles Adams might have a chance to get in the backfield and make a play, but just came up a little short. Tyler Lacey, sorry.
Second down and 5, Tampa Bay from their own 20. Mayfield up under center. Wants to throw, sets in the pocket, being pressured, rolling out of there. He's going to tuck it and go, and he slips and falls short of the line of scrimmage. He's going to be covered up at the 19-yard line. Jack Campbell on top of him. That is a loss of 1 on the play. Aline McNeil was bringing the pressure.
Bear bringing it. I love it, man. Like you say, he's jacked up. He's ready. We know how that adrenaline is. Your first game back, you want to get after somebody. Nice job.
He was getting mugged pretty good, too. On his way
Lions with Harper and Hallett. They're the safeties right now. Amik Robertson, one of the corners. Big play here, 3rd down and 6 for Tampa Bay from their own 19. Mayfield's got it back.
Yeah, Meek.
Chased, throws, it is caught.
Nice play. Way to go. Send him back to the bench.
Shepard. That is a 2-yard gain and a nice defensive play for the Lions that time.
Yep.
Looked like Amik Robertson out there, slammed the door on him.
Yeah, he did, and the Lions run a little stunt there, something that we used to love last year with Aline McNeil and Aiden Hutchinson lined up on the same side. Getting a little bit of pressure.
Sucks I missed that whole series there, but
that ball probably a lot earlier than he wanted to.
Looks like we did pretty good because they didn't really move past the 22-yard line.
Possibly a hit on him.
Riley Dixon on to punt for
All right,
Tampa Bay.
fair catch at the 35.
Drives it with that right leg. Khalif Raymond back deep for Detroit.
Of course, the home broadcast is way behind.
Catch makes it to the 36-yard line, and that is where the Lions will take over. So Jared Goff and the offense will come back out. It's a 42-yard punt and no return. Lions up by a score of 7-0. 9:37 to go here in the first quarter. We will step aside as the Lions offense makes its way back out onto the field. It's the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Are you flying out of Detroit Metro Airport and need a convenient place to park? US Park on Middlebelt is known for having the best.
Trying to see which one of these is caught up. I can't stand we want to listen to the home broadcast, right? And it's always behind. Always. Detroit has so many audio issues. It's just crazy to me. All right. Anyway, where's everybody watching from tonight? Aleem looked really good so far. That's good. Let me see if I can rewind. I know I've got Hulu and ESPN playing here. I'm in an ad, so it won't let me rewind it in an ad. I was going to try to rewind and check it out. Did we get any pressure from Hutch? Like, what happened on that last play? Why did Baker look like he was running back towards the end zone? So he had to have been getting some pressure. What do you mean, Florida? Unfortunately, man, D-Bell. I'm down here in the nice weather. That's where my kids are. My kids are in Naples. Yeah, it gets old this time of year that they send me their, pictures and they're all, tan and living life, catching some salty waves. You'd rather be home in the D? Man, not me. I'd rather be in Florida and fly up. I was even going to fly that Frontier. I've never flown Frontier, but I was going to fly Frontier because they've got some crazy deal. And I don't know how it works fully, but you can buy like an annual pass. It's like $500. And then you only pay taxes or something like that. And so wherever you fly, it could, be 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 every time you go. Each way. Whatever the taxes are. But that flies right in and out down there. Dang, Jared's got all day. There goes Amon-Ra St. Brown. Big pickup on first down. Right. Let's get some audio back on. Way behind. I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. I got to listen to these idiots on ESPN.
Good for 24.
It's hard for me to watch the game and then listen to it late.
Now they play zone. Jamel Dean's on the outside. He starts like he's going to the post.
Yeah, eat that zone alive.
But all that space, Dean's playing pretty soft on him on that last play.
Slow Cala? Oh, Ocala. I got you. I used to play baseball down there. That's where we used to go for spring training.
David Montgomery,
We used to terrorize that mall down there. I walked through it in a diaper made out of a bed sheet. Yep, right after I got tarred and feathered and a whole bunch of other stuff. That was my initiation my first year. They poured honey on me. They put shave cream on me. And then they crushed Cheetos on me, like scratched my back up really bad. And so when I dove into the ocean, it felt great. We went to the ocean like the third day. I was hurting. It's quite the drive too. I think it was like an hour or two to get to Golf side.
One thing about it though, and it'll be the theme really throughout this night, when Todd Bowles decides to bring an extra rush.
Yeah, I didn't finish my keys, so
guys on the back end.
I have Brock Wright getting a TD tonight. I had Sam Laporta, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I had David Montgomery. Those are my four touchdowns. Come on, get rid of it, Goff. That should not be a fumble. They're going to call it a fumble.
And Yaya Diaby gets on top of it as it was knocked out of the right hand of Jared Goff. Let's see if Diaby gets it right here.
Oh, yeah, that's a fumble.
And that is a
God, Deck.
Recovered by the defense. First down.
Yeah,
can't do that.
Empty hand, as you see, as his hand starts to go forward. Ball is out. Hassan Reddick. Diaby does an outstanding job getting to him and knocking it out.
Yaya Diaby made the play. And then Elijah Roberts gets on top. Early giveaway by Goff. And the Bucs have it down 7.
No, it's early giveaway by Decker, not Goff. Let's get it right. It does count towards Goff, but you know what I'm saying. Decker screwed that one up. That sucked. Damn it. We were marching, man. All right, we'll get it back. Defense got to come in and shut it down. Steve's in the house. How's it going, man? Yeah, Decker got beat bad. He got beat bad. That Bucs D-line's no joke, man. I love Todd Bowles. I shared this picture on Twitter. I don't know if it was last night or whatever. They had Todd Bowles, Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, and who's Washington's head coach? I never can remember his name. But they had all 4 of those guys in Washington. They let them all go. Could you imagine the team, the coaching staff that they would have if they had all those guys? Which, by the way, I keep getting these messages. The whole thing with that keys to the game, it was unlisted, and so when I moved it to the right playlist today, it like made it seem like it was just made when it was put out weeks ago. It just somehow got unlisted. I don't remember unlisting it. So it acted like it was new, but it still says week 3 and Ravens and all that stuff, right? And that's just kind of weird. I don't know why it would do that, but I never did the video on it, so I never did keys of the game this week. Is what it is. Try to pump it out before the game, but didn't happen. All right, we're blitzing a little bit. Oh, big miss. Big miss on a tackle. Come on, flag's out. Ball start.
Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. First down.
We got Yaya Diaby here. He's going to come on the rush, but watch Servassier Dennis. He looks like he's going to blitz. Instead, he looks up the shallow crosser. And when Goff comes back to throw it to him, he realizes it's not there, and then Diaby's able to get home off the edge. There's a good look at Servassier Dennis. He's waiting for St. Brown to come across the middle, and just Dennis, he's waiting for St. Brown to come across the nothing then was there.
First down and 15 after the penalty. Here's Mike.
Oh, you got to turn around.
It's not there.
Come on, Yasin.
Rock Yassin in coverage.
Baker had that.
In coverage. Baker Mayfield with 12 touchdowns and just 1 interception. He is a top 4 passer with regard to passing yards per game. The record of 5-1. And all 4 wins early happened with a winning score in the final minute of the 4th quarter. And Baker Mayfield, the game-winning drive. Last week in the win over San Francisco, first time they got to get into.
So the ref tonight, Dwayne Jett, or whatever his name, last name is Jade Jett, something like that. I can't believe that ball was tipped and caught. I don't ever remember him having any issues reffing a Lions game, but apparently back in the ACC championship game, I think it was 2017, that he had some significant issues in calls that were unethical, and then he gets, promoted up to the NFL, right? That's kind of weird. Uh-oh, Calvin doesn't like something. Oh, they let us run free. Yes! There you go! Hey, you, Jack!
To make the stop, a loss of 2, and it's 4th down.
That's such a great job by Jack Campbell, because Charlie Heck, the right tackle, he's coming out to put a block. If he hesitates at all,
man, Jack on the outside against Rachaad White.
But he beats Heck to the block, and then he's able to make the play. That's a great job by Jack Campbell at the linebacker position, playing out on a running back that is pretty good catching the football.
Leaf Raymond waiting for the punt again.
Oh, it's so close.
Hits this one a little better, and a fair catch inside the 15 near the 13. And
what a play by Jack Campbell, man. He needs to have a good game tonight. He really does. So you notice how he made that tackle, how it's not a hip drop, but it's like a reverse hip drop. He does this wrap up move. He'll wrap and spin them in the air, and then they kind of come down kind of on him. So it's not really a hip drop. They called Alex Anzalone for tripping the other day. I watched that play, by the way. There was no tripping. The dude was like diving away, trying to make a tackle, and the dude wasn't even tripped. If it was the right play that was given to me, I didn't see any tripping. So I'm glad to see that the Lions are paying attention to the nuances of the rules a little bit here. They're playing aggressive, right? Jack doesn't care if he misses the football on a punch out. And I think that's just another way to call the Lions for a 15-yard penalty, by the way. Just another way to screw us. So they're going to put it out there now, right? Put this video out there now so that maybe in the playoffs, 4th and whatever, team needs, to get a first down to beat us in the game. We'll just say the NFC Championship game. Oh, Jack, 15-yard penalty for punching the ball out. Missed the ball. Hit somebody in their hand. I mean, come on. Like, if these types of rules to me bother me when you think about what the offensive line is able to do, right? Offensive line is able to chop, right? Look at what happened to Davenport last year. That chop and that pull wasn't even called for a penalty or a fine. How about The defense, same thing. They can rip, they can club, they can do all sorts of stuff. Why can't you try to punch out a football and accidentally hit somebody in the arm or the hand? Like the arm or the hand is an extension of the football. I could understand like if you're punching somebody in the ribs or whatever and it looks egregious, but that's just part of football. Like things are going to happen. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm glad they're paying attention to the nuances of the rules, but this is just another nuance to the rule that I feel like has just been made up for the Lions to screw us later. And hopefully it doesn't happen, but we'll see if it does.
West. 49ers won, Rams won yesterday. They're both 5-2.
Talk about another hot quarterback, Sam Darnold. As good as he was last year, he's been even better this year. It's been really impressive watching him in Seattle.
On first down, a handoff is to Gibbs, and he gets a couple.
Man, our offensive line just looked blown apart on that play.
And if you are a fan of one of these teams, you might be a little bit frustrated with where these players were picked in the draft. First, third, and sixth overall across a couple of drafts in 2018 and 2019. And now what they're doing with Tampa Bay. Baker, Sam Darnold, as Troy said, his numbers are even better. And Daniel Jones, part of the Indianapolis Colts, they have the best record in the NFL as the Buccaneers.
Oh, nice move, Saint.
Here tonight, another big chunk.
All right, I want to see NFL Films do a cut-up on this and say whoever that was, Jamel Dean. And Jamel Dean got turned around by Amon-Ra St. Brown's basketball move.
Players that once they get the ball in their hands, they're difficult to bring to the ground, but you just got to
Actually, I'll just do it. I'll just make my own NFL Films.
A relatively short gain turns into another set of new downs because of the missed tackle.
Should have been 9, it turned into 16. And he's about as good as it gets yards after the catch.
Come on, Gibbs, hit that hole, baby. There you go.
And over the left side, he picks up 4. I want to go back to what you talked about with regard to Jared Goff, talking about the intricate blitzing scheme and coverage by Tampa Bay and Todd Bowles.
Yeah, you're
and we'll get to it after this play, but
your guess is as good as mine, Marine. Wherever Monty is, I don't know. I don't get it.
Can find the space that they leave when they're coming after me. As the
nice juke. Wow.
First down with a couple of missed tackles along the way.
Gibbs' feet were just gliding.
And the thing about it is, Joe, is they disguise a lot. Tampa Bay does, and then with the play action stuff, there's going to be times when Goff has his back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, tempo. Love it. Love it. There's the rollout. There it is. Go, Goff. There you go. Way to grab 5. That was a terrible spot. You got to reach that ball out, dude. That was a terrible spot.
That kind of space, and they would come after you.
Terrible. I need to put Hulu back up. I can't rewind.
Good at finding those open receivers. He's not really known as a runner. In fact, he was talking about that on our call the other day, that, you know, hey, I don't have the big highlight reel runs like we've seen Baker have in recent weeks, and that's why he had the time that he had, had the space that he had on that last play to run.
Second down and 4, quick snap. Full head of steam.
There you go. Gibbs.
24 yards for number 0 as Goff hits him in stride.
And you got big Sam Laporta, who's kind of out there leading the way.
Well, they're not letting me rewind at all.
So he comes out as the tight end.
Can go back 10 seconds. That's it.
And he's then
that is some bull.
Trying to make a block. And this is
I guess I better start recording this.
For Jared Goff. He had the fumble that Diaby
see if it even lets me record it.
Prior possession, but otherwise he's been pretty methodical and precise with the ball.
Gibbs again. We haven't seen Montgomery, and this time wrapped up in the backfield as Vea and Diaby combine, a loss of 3.
Yeah, big Vita Vea in the middle, and that's, if you're going to run the football, which few are able to against this defense, that's the guy you got to control. And you know, they want.
Well, there's the pitch out. That was one of the plays that I was talking about in my keys.
He
Get Sam Laporta out there, or Brock Wright out on the chip. Do the pitch out off the speed side. Didn't work out. They blew it up. All right, right now you got J-Mo down on the right side. Goff sets. Throws over the middle. Wow, he threaded that. That's a whole lot of movement for 3 yards.
It's going to be third down and long with under 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter here in Detroit.
Yeah, good start for Tampa Bay, or excuse me, for Detroit. The opening possession, they're able to take down the field.
You know what Baker looks like? Doesn't Baker look like Corey Besh, or Corey Besh look like Baker? They look a lot alike. All right, so we need third, and it's third, and we're going no matter what, right? We're going on fourth down more than likely. I'd take a shot at the end zone right now. Get rid of it. Oh, we're going to be short. It's going to be 4th and 2.
And it's 4th down, and nobody goes for it more on 4th down.
Come on, Dan. Let's go.
4th and 2.
Put those coconuts on the table.
So he's consistent.
Yep, we going. Nah, we don't need the points, Ed. We going. We'll get the points.
You know, with analytics being such a big part of our game, I'm not so sure he even pays attention.
And how you doing, Ed, by the way? I haven't seen you in here in a minute. Dwayne Keene, see you up in here.
Dan Campbell cares what they say.
4th down and 2.
Got him. Over. Come on.
It was a little contact.
Morton, what the hell?
The field, and turning it over on downs is Dan Campbell's offense.
Yeah, Tesla hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities after the first couple of weeks. He made some real highlight reel catches, one-handed, and just get the ball up in his area. But there was contact on the route.
Oh, he's getting held the whole.
Didn't seem like it restricted him too much, Russell.
It doesn't matter if it restricted him. It's holding.
Caused the overthrow.
I agree, Troy. It's going to be a judgment call as to whether it restricted him enough to significantly affect his ability to catch the ball.
No, that's not a judgment call. Please tell me in the rule book. Here, let me get the rule book out. Tell me where in the rule book it says that it's a judgment call.
On downs. And it's still a 7-point game. Under a minute to go and starting at their 15. 65,000 people come to life here at Ford Field. And a handoff to Rachaad White, who gets 1, and that's it.
Well, they stacked that defensive line of scrimmage, anticipating run when Tampa comes in with big people, but it'll be hard to run the football. Tampa Bay, as I mentioned, coming in, they have struggled this year, as good as they were last year running the ball. That hasn't been really even close to what it was last season, and that's even made it more impressive what Baker Mayfield's been able to do.
That's going to be it for quarter number 1. That was Roy Lopez making that last stop. 2nd and 9 when we start.
All right, so
second.
Here's my biggest question right now. Like, these are the things that eat me alive. John Morton, dude, how many times did you just run the football? Here, I can tell you. Jahmyr Gibbs right now, 7 runs, 21 yards. Here, let me update that. Let me make sure it's accurate. Yep, 7 runs, 21 yards. So not the greatest, right? 3 yards a run. Terrible, actually. But you're getting 3 yards a run. You needed 2. Why didn't you run the football? Where's David Montgomery? Even if it was with Jahmyr Gibbs, why is he not in? I would have ran the football. And I definitely, I mean, look, I love taking the shot at the end zone. I would have done that on 3rd down, not 4th down. Right? I would have done that on 3rd down. These are the things that I talked about in the keys that we didn't finish. But again, I would encourage you to read it. I'm gonna work on trying to get it opened up tonight so that everyone can just read whatever. But if I go back and look at the play-by-play history, 10 plays, 71 yards, ends in nothing. And we had a 6-yard run, a 10-yard run, a 4-yard run, a 3-yard run, all on that drive, and only 1 run for minus 3 yards. So we could have got it just by running the football. As sure as hell it looked like we would have got it. So in the keys to the game, in here, I was just into what tempo and rhythm, where I was saying to get into the quick game concepts, the slants, the sticks, the hitches. I think that's where I ended. But the other thing is I said to use attack the middle of the field, right? Laporta on crossers and digs, St. Brown working option routes and versus the nickel defenders, and then use motion to identify coverage and then isolate the mismatches. We've been doing a little bit of that so far. And then the heavy play action and naked boots, and we just saw the naked boot by Jared Goff. So play action, slow down Tampa's linebackers, naked boots to create some easy dump-offs to Laporta, which he wasn't there. Anyway, keeps Goff in rhythm while cutting the field in half. So Jared Goff utilizes play action on almost 30% of the time, which is 7% lower than last year, by the way. A lot of the things that I put in here, majority of them I think they're using so far. Be interesting to see what they do the rest of the game.
2nd down and 9. Mayfield keeps play action, airs it out. Flag on the play.
That was a hell of a catch and pass interference on Yasin.
There are 2 separate flags on this play. One on each side of the field, and both are in the secondary. What a catch.
That was an unbelievable catch, and he gave him a chance, and that's what they need to do against this depleted secondary.
It's a 28-yard completion. If it stands, look at this grab.
Well, Yasin didn't have any hands on him at all. Oh, right there he does. But you know what? How different is that than what we just saw in the end zone? How different? It's not.
I think you had a defensive pass interference, though, but he is bobbling the ball.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the same team. Holding, defense, number 21. That penalty will be declined. Pass interference, defense, number 23. That ball, we place the spot of the foul. Automatic, 1st down.
So they take the penalty. They are going to say that pass, they overturned the call on completion. They're calling that pass incomplete. And you could see Evans come down out of bounds, but it turns into the same play in essence, as it's a long pass interference call.
That's right. The fact they accepted.
Yeah, Yasin's got to get his hands off after 5 yards.
But Rock, you see, he's in good position. You see as Evans trying to make a play on the ball. Still a little loose before he hits the boundary, but he gets called for the penalty, and there's probably going to be a few more of those tonight, as aggressive as we're seeing these cornerbacks play against these receivers.
Baker Mayfield dealing with the crowd noise as Rashad White.
There you go, Campbell.
Gets 2, and we check in with Laura Rutledge.
Come on, throw the rabbit punch in there.
Onslaught of crowd noise is proving to be a challenge.
Just kidding.
For Baker Mayfield in this offense, trying to talk to his guys on the sideline, specifically the O-line, telling them he's trying to be as loud as possible, but also going over some of the nonverbal cues they can pay attention to. We may see a little bit more silent cadence too here for the Bucs.
Yeah, let's take a look at Baker and see if he's using the silent count. I can't imagine that he is. I couldn't imagine that he's not.
2nd down and 8. Mayfield had to pull it down, finds White on the near side. He got a block.
There you go,
and then
Meek.
forces his way across the 45.
That's good, tough running there by Rashad White. To Laura's point, you see Baker as he puts his hands over the ear holes, trying to be able to hear the call come in.
It was loud in there.
That's the challenge, and it's not always a clear line of communications. Either the volume's not high enough where it gets up over the crowd, or it's a little staticky, and boy, that's not a lot of fun as a quarterback.
I don't know how in this day and age, like I'm surprised that they don't have noise canceling in the helmet, and maybe that's a competition thing. They're trying to keep it as, natural of elements as possible. There you go. There you go. Out of you, Liam. Get them hands up. Man, Aleem looks thin. Doesn't he? Doesn't Aleem look thin?
Yeah, he's already had
like in a good way thin.
And that's what they were hoping that he would be able to provide.
He looks like he's put on some muscle.
20-25 snaps out of him, but that's a difference for this defense. And Sterling Shepard, he had
knocking down a Baker ball is.
And there was nobody then out in front of him, but
you got to be a little bit crazy in the head, but that's going to hurt. Guys break their hands on those balls.
Next week tells you how important this game is for both these teams.
Yeah, there's no doubt as the fair catch is called by Khalif Raymond. This is a game both teams figure might.
Brent says, Will, I mentioned Aleem lost weight to rehab the knee. It shows. Yeah, it definitely shows, man. He looks a little bit trim. A little bit trim, but you know what we say? You got to affect that pocket somehow. If you can't get in, man, you got to get up. You got to get those hands up. Got to knock that ball down. Excellent job. Excellent job by Aleem. Yeah, that better not be coming, Steve. So that's my question. Like, I want to know. I want to. I see your comment, Maureen. 10 push-ups. I want to know, like, why? Like, are they going to do noise canceling for the quarterbacks? And then what's the point of going to the game and being loud? You know what I mean? Like, that it takes it all away. Like, that's just a part of the game is crowd noise. You know, there's a reason why they have the 12th man in Seattle, and I mean, it was invented for this. It's what football's always been about. The fans, and every single year, it seems like it's just getting more and more and more taken away from us. But another stop by the Detroit Lions defense, man. Good work. Good work. I'll get into some more keys here. So, for Amon-Ra St. Brown, I had anyway, for Amon-Ra St. Brown, I had a Brown versus the press coverage in Tampa's outside corners. He has faced press on 17% of his routes, career high. And he's produced 9 receptions on 11 targets for 91 yards, 2 TDs against press. And Tampa presses the 10th highest rate in the league, so 25.5%, and allows 7.8 yards per target when doing so, so below league average. You lean on the option routes here, the slants, the pivots, and the condensed splits to beat those jams and really punish the, off leverage there. And then Sam Laporta, we're not seeing him getting involved just yet, but get up on that second level against Winfield, David, and Dennis. He's a yak engine, man. You got to get him involved. But Tampa's blitz rate, again, 35.5%. It's going to create some vacated windows. Utilize those drags and sticks, crossers and screens to Laporta. Beat the rush with leverage. Get rid of that ball. There you go. There's a screen. Just talked about it. There's the screen. Out of you, Monty. Monty wasn't down. He wasn't down. Oh. Yeah, so right there, they baited. They brought in the pressure. Oh, why did you stop? I love that view. Wanted to see it roll a little bit further. Oh, my goodness. What was that? So we had some unblocked guys on the right side. Obviously, they didn't affect the play. But I'm not quite understanding what happened there. I wish I could rewind.
Said, hey, we're trying everything we can, but there's one football, and when you start looking at these players that he has to work with, somebody's going to come up.
Shit, offside or false start. Rattledge.
Movement on the right side of the offensive line.
False start. Offense number 58.
Just heard it's Panay?
Second down.
That's the great Panay Sewell.
I thought it was Rattledge. Rattledge moved too.
The All-Pro the last 2
heard the big old F-bomb.
Right tackle.
Well, I'll say when you look at this roster and how it was built and the job that Brad Holmes and all the people that I couldn't name that that factor into that in the personnel department. What a job they have done, and it shows itself in games like this when you see the injuries that they've been able to overcome.
Wow, that defense got in there quick. Nice pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Pickup of about 12.
And a more manageable third down, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is good for 13.
13.
This offense pretty much runs through Amon-Ra St. Brown, and after last week, regardless
Condensed
of any week,
split right there, man. Working them seams.
I do know we talked about it, Joe, that he was certainly motivated this week.
Ooh, Saint, man. He dove right at that dude's knees.
Not an easy catch to make, but one that he expects, and they have certainly gotten into him here in the early going of this one.
They're down in 5.
Here they come, Goff. Get rid of. What are you doing?
Dennis was back there for Tampa Bay, and Servassier will be credited.
I mean,
with
shit.
the
He
sack,
saw
and
it
that's his
coming.
first of the year.
Toss the ball.
They've shown blitz, but then they've backed out and they've rushed 4. This time they bring 6. So Todd Bowles wants to mix it up.
My God, Goff. All you had to do was throw the freaking ball.
He's doing defensively, and already he has done that. And with this 6-man rush, they're able to get to Goff.
He didn't even see it.
Loss of 12 on that
What about the
sack.
late hit?
So the punt upcoming from Jack Fox. Cameron Johnson.
Man, what a
for
good
beautiful
defense.
Punt. Turns over, and Johnson from about the 26.
There you go, Grant. Nice hustle play.
35. 52.
Man, Hogue Hatton down in there mixing it up on the tackle.
Back on offense are the Bucks. The Gordie Howe Bridge now 98% complete, set to open early next year.
Where have I been? We're building a new bridge to Canada? Where the hell have I been? I assume that's where that bridge is going? Yeah, Monty missed a big one there. Now they'll bring it back. We're just feeling each other out. It's still early. The biggest thing is, which we kind of got away from, is John Morton in the third, right? The Morton effect. What is he doing in the third quarter that is going to separate this game for us? And that's what I'm hoping that, this game, and then especially after the bye week, we start to see John Morton put some things together, because I got to call in a lot of question here with his play calling. It's just erratic. It doesn't seem smooth. It just doesn't seem like he has a plan when things change. There's no doubt the dude is absolutely intelligent. Super smart. But football doesn't need to be this difficult at times. It really doesn't. And I feel like sometimes it's overcomplicated. Things that look so simple. I mean, I'll sit there in the game and I'll point things out when I'm sitting there like with my dad, and I'll say, look, see Sam down there all the way kicked out one-on-one? I said the ball's going to him. Ball goes to him. You see J-Mo one-on-one over there? Ball's going to him. And he has a lot of fun with it too, right? Wondering how I can see all this stuff. It just makes sense. It's just simple, right? If you got a guy like Sam Laporta or J-Mo one-on-one with someone, no safety help, no nothing, just one-on-one, you better hurry up and snap that ball and get that ball up in the air. And for some reason, we're not doing it. Now, I haven't seen any one-on-ones yet tonight, but we got to do it. You got to take the easy ones, man. You can't just stick with what's called. You have to be able to divert from the original call. Oh! Why didn't you just go up and pick it? What are you doing? Evans ain't feeling good. His left arm is hurt. What was his injury? Was it a hamstring? And Mollett needs to do a better job of putting his hands up because they could have called him for something there. Yeah, he was really slow to get up, but if you looked at him, his left arm, it was just kind of hanging. Like he's got a shoulder or something. There we come on the blitz. Left him open. Good coverage. That's a little extra stuff, guys. You're going to get called, man. Come on. Let's be smart. Yasin just, I love his tenacity, man. He's a feisty little dude. He's feisty.
This defense already, you look at tonight, Tampa Bay 0 for 3 on third down. Kelvin Shepard and his unit have done a good job.
Third down and 6.
Oh!
Mayfield is able to complete.
Oh, that's a first.
Making the grab is Otten right at the marker, and they're going to give him a first down. I'm not going to put this in the category of generous, but it was pretty close.
I thought he was short. Here's a look at Aiden Hutchinson and the attention that he draws. They got 3 guys over there kind of helping with him. Rashad White, they got the tackle, and Bart as well coming out. And
it's not 3 guys. Rashad White was going out.
Before Hutchinson went down, he had 4.5 sacks, and all of them were over that right offensive side.
Only the second first down for Tampa Bay. Tez Johnson not on the same
Damn,
page.
nobody there. They throwing a flag? Yep.
Mayfield with a throw downfield, and Tez Johnson stopped.
He had his hand on the flag.
You know, Tez Johnson last
Just hold me every time, Rev.
Big game and the big catch that he had for the touchdown, a heck of a catch that he made. This guy can really run, and they've had to rely on him and Cam Johnson with the injuries. And when the fans started chanting MVP, Tez Johnson thought they were chanting for him.
Sterling Shepard said no, they're doing that for Baker Mayfield.
That's Baker, Tez.
It's 2nd and 10, a handoff to Sean Tucker. And he'll take it to midfield. Third down coming up, a gain of 4. And Aiden Hutchinson, you were talking about it, what he did last year, and right now he's on a heater, as we say in the business. He's forced a fumble in 4 straight games and had a sack as well. He's had at least 1 in 5 straight.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. He leads the NFL in quarterback pressures. He's got about 4 different pass moves. And
Tampa Bay has 13 rush yards on the night. 13. We only have 26.
He's going to line up on the right side.
Ouch.
You better give him some help. And here he is right here. He's worth keeping an eye on.
Tampa doesn't even know what they're running.
Charlie Heck, the backup.
They're all sorts of confused. Lions bringing 6. Oh, that's out of bounds. That's not a catch. There you go, Yasin. Oh, how about that? How about that little shoulder check there by Evans? No flag? That was Detroit. That was a flag.
Taking a look here and seeing, yeah. You know, Rock Yasin, he was playing off coverage. You see that he gets a hold of it, but just the left foot comes down. But Rock Yasin was playing soft coverage, and then he just rallied to the football. Watching him last week in that loss to Kansas City, I was impressed watching him. They made some catches, but it wasn't because guys were running wide open when he was in their vicinity.
End over end punt. Fair catch.
Yasin's playing pretty good, man. Outside of the 1 penalty, I really love his style of play.
Defense is holding its own.
Really do.
Even with the backups in the secondary. The offense for the Lions back to work, up 7.
Looks like we go into commercial. All right, I'm going to commercial too because I got to shout out my guy Meek. Actually, he's going to shout us out.
Rise and Grind Morning Show is the best podcast in the world. Meek Robinson.
Don't forget, tomorrow morning I will be doing the morning show. Felt like absolute dog shit this morning. Absolute dog poop, man. Actually, I have for better than a week now, but I don't know if any of you can tell, but I'm not as red. I'm not as red. So I should have known. I should have known that something was happening when my face started to get really red. And my blood was so thick. It was like motor oil. Just like you bring in a car to go get a oil change, man. I had to go get an oil change. I had to get some treatment. Bone marrow's not working right, I guess. So I'll be at Cleveland on the 2nd and the 3rd, figuring all that crap out. So there won't be any shows on the 3rd, for sure. I won't be here. So no Monday after. Man, this is a must win game. We got to get healthy at this bye week. We come back and we've got to get ready for some division games, man. It's going to come fast. Yeah, we go Lions, Washington, and then the Eagles. Eagles are beatable. And then Giants, Packers. Giants are not an easy game now. Their run game is stupid. Cam Scatabo is insane. Jackson Dart is phenomenal. Cowboys, I mean, they're looking the part. We got the second half of this schedule is going to be brutal. 2 false starts on our offense. Like, what are we doing?
First down.
They're going to get the 10-year vet Taylor Decker, and we will go down to Laura.
Well, Jamel Dean just actually went back out on the field, you guys, but he had been on the sideline as we've documented. No medical attention was given to him. No one really talked to him. He was acting completely normal, and we'll see how he performs out there on the field. But they do really like Morrison, the rookie, so could be something to do with getting him more opportunity too.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, Laura, he's been dealing with a bad hip, but looks to be okay out there now. He's got 10 snaps.
Get a block. There you go, Dak. There you go, Dak.
Turn that into something. And a flag
Wait,
flies at the
oh, come on.
And it's a call coming up against Detroit. If you couldn't guess by looking at Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about the face mask, yeah?
Well, there's a grab of the
Legal
face
block
mask.
in the back. Offense number 11. That penalty is half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. First down.
Yeah, they get Khalif Raymond with the block in the back. I didn't see much there on the face mask as far as a pull or a tug or anything like that. But boy, initially it looked like they had him bottled up and he wasn't going anywhere. And Antoine Winfield ends up making a heck of a play.
Hey, when's J-Mo going to get going in this game? I think we're due for a J-Mo or Laporta. We got to get those guys out on the seams, man. We need J-Mo to run a crosser and Sam Laporta just to run a straight streak. Goff needs to get in shotgun and just get rid of that ball. Especially with Winfield off the field.
Is upset that they just saw the hand of Winfield go up to the face mask of Gibbs, but the call was for a block in the back against Khalif Raymond. And that moves the ball back to the 6.
Yeah, Joe and Troy, that's not a foul for a face mask because he had an open hand on the helmet, never grabbed a helmet opening or restriction. Good no call there.
Yeah. And so they move the ball back to the 6 where it's 1st and 17.
Why do we look so confused? Call a freaking timeout.
Gibbs again.
Oh my God.
And it's Zion McCollum coming down to make the tackle after a gain of 3, and Winfield has whatever he needed fixed on the sideline, and back into the ball game, 2nd and 14.
Well, this rushing offense, as we talked about,
Somebody hurt?
They've not run the ball. In fact, under Dan Campbell, as we got another Tampa Bay defender,
Levante David.
He's on the ground.
Damn.
So they'll check on the 14-year veteran Levante David. We'll take a break.
I don't understand why Monty is on the sideline for the second game in a row, man. What the hell's going on here? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Got to get that screen game going. Got to do something. All right. While we're on a break, I gotta try to get something loaded up. I totally forgot to do a post game because Canva was down today. I usually have this stuff done a few weeks ahead of time, but I failed. All right, so what are your biggest concerns right now so far going into the game? If you were to name one or two things or even three things, what are your biggest concerns? Defense looks good to me, right? Defense looks like they're playing pretty damn good. Given the fact that we're without our number one corners, Amik seems to be doing his job. Rocky Sin's playing all heart tonight. Safeties aren't getting burned. And I mean, so far the defensive line's showing up. They're not running the ball at all. Baker can't hit the broadside of a barn. My biggest concerns are the offense. The offense is mistakes. Guys don't look like they know what they're doing. Too many penalties.
Drive touchdown. The two teams have combined for 5 punts, a turnover, and a stop on downs. With the Lions in the
get rid of it, Goff. God, I hate having to take the check down right there.
Jacob Parrish, the rookie, third-round pick from K-State, made the stop after a gain of 8.
Yeah, no, after Detroit had 160 yards of offense there in that first quarter. They haven't really done much offensively, nor has Tampa Bay. Both defenses have done a good job.
David back in on 3rd down and 6. Lions 0 for 3.
And they're all coming. Get rid of that ball.
And that skips in.
Jesus.
It's incomplete, but a flag on the play. Raymond was the target. The pass bounced. And the flag in the secondary.
Illegal contact, defense number 35. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
That's Jamel Dean, who we have been watching, guilty of illegal contact, and that's first down.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah, he's trying to hold his ground.
Oh, yeah.
St. Brown kind of
surprised they called that.
I didn't see really what more Jamel Dean could have done with that.
Yeah, Troy, they're going to call that every time because Dean moved into his path and slid over into his path. That's a foul.
Do you really try to say that wasn't a foul? I mean, come on, dude. Get real. There you go. There goes Gibbs. Found a hole. He's gone. He's gone. He's got one man to beat. You ain't touching Gibbs. There it is. Touchdown. All right. Let's go. Man, huge hole. See replay, please.
The 78-yard run. And Gibbs We're not even through a half. What a game he's putting together.
Well, watch Tay Radledge and Panay Sewell, the right guard and right tackle.
Nice combo block. Khalif.
He just moves people in the run
Oh,
game.
Sewell could have almost got called for a penalty there.
Runs like this unless you get cooperation from the wide receivers. Khalif
Combo. Sewell gets up.
Come up and pick off Tyke Smith. And
I saw some holds up in there, but I'll leave that alone. Oh, yeah. Huge hold by Panay. Huge hold.
What I said earlier about Gibbs carrying more of the water than David Montgomery is for those reasons, because of the big playability that he has.
We talk about a home run hitter as a running back. That's his 36th career touchdown for 20-plus yards, most in the league since 2023 when he came in as the number 12 overall pick from Alabama. And this ball will come out to the 35.
Damn, Gibbs just hit another level, though, didn't he?
Mayfield, he knows how to work when trailing, and the hill just got a little steeper. 14-0 game.
Yeah, it sure did. And again, going back, playing on the road, you got the crowd noise. He's dealing with that, but he's been in this situation, and because he's been able to bring this team back and win games, you know, they fully believe that this is not insurmountable, but they've got to start trying to get the ball down the field and test these defensive backs as best they can.
Tampa Bay averaging under 2.5 yards per play. Here's Rachaad White. He just throws down a tackler. I think that was Hallett. He got him again. That's who he banged into on the first carry of the night. This time he just shoves him to the ground in a gain of 6.
Well, we saw the first play of the game when Hallett took a helmet right to the chest. And Rachaad goes, get out of here. But the rally of all the other blue helmets, you just see this defense. I mean, Kelvin Shepard has really got them playing, and Aaron Glenn did as well when he was a defensive coordinator. This is a tough, physical, aggressive defense. Kelvin Shepard came into this game saying we're not going to lose our identity after we did last week against Kansas City, and man, they have lived up to it.
Come on, somebody get in that backfield. That's a long bomb. That's going to be complete. Oh, dropped it.
Incomplete.
Evans is hurt.
Is on the turf.
Oh, he's hurt bad.
He's been dealing with that hamstring, and you had to open it up in order to try to run this ball down.
Oh, no.
Mayfield, he's anticipating what it might be, but Evans has yet to.
Oh, my God.
Working against Rock Ya-Sin.
Good work by Rock Ya-Sin, but, man, you hate to see a player go down like that.
Evans, who's back tonight, he has missed 3 games.
Oh.
With a hamstring pull. Is down on the ground.
What is up with their audio tonight? They got way too much noise gate on.
12-year vet, 6'5".
It's terrible.
For another extended amount of time.
No, I didn't see him land on the ball.
At the end.
Just at the end, and the reason it came out was due to whatever the injury is, it appears. Because he has it.
That was pass interference all day.
You see immediately he just rolls over.
Yeah,
oh, his right hand. It looks like his right leg.
Right when he hits the ground,
right leg might be.
Gains control and eventually pops out.
No, maybe not. So I know when I get cramped up like that, I got to keep my right leg straight or my left leg straight. It looked like he tried to keep his right leg super straight to stop from cramping, but
it would have been sensational by Evans.
And it doesn't look like a leg now.
Exactly what Tampa Bay needed, down 14, and just having a tough time just getting to his feet. Well, this offense, even with this injury-riddled secondary, has had a tough time clicking it into gear tonight as they get Evans back. Ibuka left their last game, that win over the 49ers with a hamstring strain. He was good to go. And who knows what the injury is with regard to Evans.
He's walking fine.
Could be anything.
Yeah, it could be. It really could be anything.
He doesn't look good, man.
The way he's walking off the field, and now, you know,
That sucks.
About it is because of the fact that Evans.
Come on, Evans. Hate to see that dude injured, man. He's such a good ball player.
Some of these young players that have really produced for Baker over the last couple of weeks. We mentioned Tez Johnson and Cam Johnson. You know, they get elevated again tonight.
You're kind of reading my mind. They're back into where they were kind of rolling a little bit. Although they lose that big weapon, Mike Evans, as Mayfield.
So now you need to go bracket down. There we go. There's a sack.
Except down. Sacked on the play as Derek Barnes got there. It's 4th down.
Well, they're doubling Ibuka over.
Yeah, I was just going to say, now you need to go clamp on Ibuka. You need to bracket him down, and they did.
Right here. Everywhere else, it's one-on-one and just great coverage across the board. Just no.
There you go, Barnes.
He's trying to make something happen as he has so many times this year, but the pocket collapses on him.
Nice work. Good job, man. Good job. Love it.
Another punt by Dixon. More of a line drive. Raymond will call a fair catch. How about Rock Yassin and what he's been? Picked up as a free agent from the 49ers this year. He's on his 5th team in the last 5 years. A former 2nd-round pick by the Colts in 2019. He's been with Indy. He's been with Las Vegas. He's been with Baltimore, the 49ers. And now Rock Yassin is the outside corner for the Detroit Lions. And to say he's holding his own would be doing him a disservice.
I agree. And last week, I mean, it hasn't been perfect, but he hasn't given up, you know, really anything. He's been scrappy. He's got a lot of playing time in this league. 40 career starts coming into tonight. A lot of those, most of those, were his first 3 years in the league. But I've always liked him when we've covered his games, and he's done a good job as someone who they've had to rely on here in recent weeks.
Up 14 with the football from the
Pass it
14.
on first. Get rid of it. There you go.
Caught. And a short gain as we check in with Lisa.
Yeah, guys, Kelvin Shepard, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, he said his message to the secondary this week was this is your opportunity. This could be your one shot, not just to show the Lions, but all 32 teams that you belong in this league. And Dan Campbell said he just wanted them to play confident tonight, to play their game, not worry about anything else other than just going out and competing.
Yeah, Lisa, and it gets back to scouting. The job by Brad Holmes as the general manager as Goff fires flag.
There you go. Love that back shoulder throw. They're going to call it push off.
By Jamison Williams as 2 flags fly on that 2nd down throw. One on the near side and one on the far side.
Yeah, I think one of them, it was right in front of us, Joe, is going to be called on Jamel Dean. We'll wait and get the call, but.
So they're going to offset.
Pass interference, offense number 1. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Well,
the other flag, there is no foul.
So they're going to pick
Of course
up
not.
the flag on the foul on the near side of the field on what we think was a call against Jamel Dean. And here's the push off here by.
It's no push off.
Yeah, I'm interested in hearing what Russell. I from that angle, he couldn't.
Oh wait, you're gonna pick up that flag?
In front of us. I mean,
He's holding him halfway down the field.
Get off the line of scrimmage, and he's not able to.
Yeah, Troy, I'm with you.
Wow.
Defensive holding because the ball had already been out. It didn't look a lot for offensive pass interference.
It does not matter if the ball is already out. You still can't hold.
Do get one on an iffy offensive pass interference on.
Oh my God. Come on, Morton. You got to dial up some better shit than that.
Out of bounds. And just like that, instead of a 1st down with good field position, it's 3rd down and 15, and there's some life here for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, there is some life. This defense, you know, they're holding up as good as they can against this offense, but you know, right here, down 2 scores, they've got them backed up. This is
unbelievable.
3 minutes to play in this half.
Gonna pick up the flag. He's getting held the whole freaking time.
Opportunity to come in with some points before the end of the half, and then they get the ball to start the second half.
Sam Laporta, their top tight end, has been held without a catch.
Oh, free runner.
And this one is batted down. The play made by Elijah Roberts. When he was coming down off the edge, it brings up 4th down, and this crowd is a little frustrated with the officiating in this game.
Yeah, I think they're a little restless, but you got Elijah Roberts, who is able to get his hands up and knock it down.
So they're trying to run the screen right there. You can't just let the guy free run. Goff, you've got to move out to the right. Refs, you suck. Oh, boy, that's not going to help.
Fox hits a beauty. Driving Cameron Johnson back inside the 30. He had a little room to run, and he's out.
Yeah, you're just going to piss off this team even more.
Punt by Jack Fox.
Unbelievable.
We need to get an update on Mike Evans. Let's send it down to Laura.
Yeah, Joe, we're still waiting on official word. They've been looking at his right shoulder. We'll let you know when we get more, but he is in excruciating pain. This is a really tough player. He's been through so many injuries, and he's been in so much pain on the sideline. They're finally just carting him off because he was having such trouble even getting off the field. Everyone checking on him, and guys, he was telling me right before the game just how excited he was to be back tonight.
Yeah, and can't make it through the first half. A man who just owns the record book as far as receiving for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Under 3 to go. First half, 3 timeouts. Pressure. Shepard has it knocked out.
There you go.
The ball is free.
Lions got it.
Hutchinson, it looks like, got on top.
The ruling on the field is a catch. Subsequent fumble.
Oh, Meek.
First down.
How do you, Meek?
Robertson knocked it out.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
1, 2, and punch.
Rise and Grind Morning Show is the best podcast in the world. Meek Robinson.
I'm Meek with a punch out.
To make the tackle, he's punching at it. You see it all around the league.
No flag thrown. No 15-yarders on a Meek. Pow.
And he's successful
Love it.
on this one. Now, Kelvin Shepard, they brought 6. So as soon as they get the ball, Tampa Bay, Kelvin Shepard.
Look at that smile. Meek is so goofy. He's just staring at that camera. He's so goofy.
Does a great job punching the football out.
You got this video from Eric's truck. Meek is just goof troop, man. He's hilarious. He's like the brother you've always wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have any brothers growing up. Well, I did, but he was in North Carolina. He's so funny. You can tell he's just a fun-loving type of guy, you know? Oh, man, he's got some heat behind those feet.
Eventually, but a gain of 6. Let's go to Laura.
The official word from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that Mike Evans is out with a concussion and a shoulder injury.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, shoulder. See, that left arm. I could tell it was hanging.
So he's out. 2nd down and 4. Tampa Bay gets the ball to start the will the score be?
Money.
As Yaya Diaby gets through and helps bring down Montgomery in a loss of 2. And we will be at the 2-minute warning.
Well, we got to score.
Down Detroit when we come back.
We got to score. Have to. Man, some good stuff, right? Aiden got a fumble recovery. Meek gets a pop out or a punch out. Lions, they couldn't capitalize on the previous draft, but here we go. These turnovers are key. These turnovers are key. I think I'm going to take a quick 30-second break. I'm going to try to go hit the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
Expect Bowles to come after him. He's showing that he's going to come up with some blitz, but trying to create a negative play. Right now, the Detroit Lions, they're in field goal range. And, you know, Campbell may be thinking 4-down territory.
On 3rd down, pass was low and incomplete.
Come on, guys. You got to get to the end zone, man. Goff, you got to get that ball up.
Right on.
How did we miss the whole series?
Who's got
They went to commercial, and they went through the whole series. It's 4th and 5.
UFL play with the Michigan Panthers, but he is
What the hell just happened?
58 this season. He's 7 for 9 overall.
Got to be kidding me.
So they're inside that range here. This is a 54.
You know, they said something the other day about I don't know if it was ESPN or whomever, that they are oh my God, he missed it.
No good.
That they are doing a bunch of extra commercials.
Still plenty of time on the clock.
Tampa Bay just hanging in, waiting for a spark offensively. Nothing wrong with the snap, the hold, the kick was just yanked. And Bates,
Which clearly they just did a bunch of extra commercials.
From 50 plus. This is going to be a half where the Lions will
I can't believe Jake Bates just missed a chipper. Unbelievable. Good field position, too.
14-0. Mayfield's got 3 timeouts, a minute 52, down by just 2 scores.
Yeah, this is an offense here in this first half being held to under 40 yards of total offense. They just have not been able to get anything going.
Mayfield comes underneath.
Oh, take that ball away, Mullet.
Fight with Mollett.
That might be Mollet's ball.
That's Mullet's ball. Oh, no, not anymore.
And in that wrestling match at the bottom, they're going to give the catch to Otten as they both came down with it.
Yeah, you look at it, it looked like I thought he might have been able to rip it out, but you know, Otten's able to hang on to it.
Wow, these Lions are playing scrappy.
They don't look at it. Would have to be a booth review, and now they may. Here comes John Hussey. Are they going to look at that? Throw was high.
Well, even Kate Otten, you see it's on his shoulder pad, and Mollett was right for him to hang on to that with one hand.
That's Mullet's ball. That's Mullet's ball.
That's a great job by Kate Otten, because it sure looks like Mollett has the ball.
And then after this is when Otten.
So Mullet is down, and then he takes the ball away, but Mullet was already down.
Because the call was a catch by Kate Otten.
That's exactly right, Joe. What they would have to do to reverse this is they would have to prove that Kate Otten did not have control of that ball, and that the defender is the first player who had control of that ball when they went to the ground. And I don't think there's clear and obvious visual.
Of course you don't think so, but obviously there is evidence, in my opinion. Because he didn't have control. He barely had one arm on it.
And yet he does, you know, and that he's able to fight it away. You know, remember this.
Well, fighting away is not making the catch. Fighting away is not the process. The process is, did you have control of the football? You barely caught it with one arm. It's bobbling. Mollett comes in and secures it on your shoulder. There's no way that shouldn't be Lions' ball. And I'm not being biased at all. Yeah. See? There we go. Thanks for the makeup calls. Just 1 week too late.
I didn't think they would overturn it.
Because you guys are a-holes. That's why.
It seemed like Mollett had the ball. I mean,
You're homers. You're homers of the NFL.
over the last few minutes.
And for the Buccaneers, that is
There you go.
consecutive plays.
There you go. Now let's go down to the end zone.
Kelvin Shepard's defense, man, are these did
I'll tell you what, Brad Holmes bringing in some. What was that? What were people saying? Scrubs? Nah, we good. We good. These guys are playing better than the starters have been. I hate to say it, but they are. They absolutely are. I'm not saying replace them. I'm saying you better keep them. You better figure out a way to keep them.
Lions are sure happy he did.
Here's a 1-yard pickup by Gibbs.
Well, now you're asking this Tampa Bay defense once again to try to hold up, and if they can't keep it a 2-score game going in at half.
Both sides with all 3 timeouts. Detroit letting the clock run under 1:20 to go. One of these two sides.
Kill, kill, kill. Come on, Jared, do it.
Potentially after this play, 2nd and 9.
Get that ball out. Get out of bounds, Saint.
They don't have to. Out of bounds is St. Brown with a gain of 8. And Amon-Ra's knocking on the door of a 100-yard first half.
God, he does it so quietly, too.
That he's delivered.
Bucs defense looks tired, absolutely.
Everyone we talked to just mentioned how intense.
Man, Mollett looked good, don't he?
After last week, and
it's kind of funny because I did a really nice video on Mollett, and everyone was jumping my shit, saying I wasted all my time. There you go, Goff. Way to get that first down. Wasted all that time on Mollett. He's a scrub, blah, 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 blah. Brad Holmes needed an edge rusher.
First down, Lions, and now the game clock is under 50.
Yeah, I thought they would have used a timeout there with the new set of downs.
And they do.
Yeah, what are you doing, Dan? Mollett just made one of the plays of the game, and right before that, Meek made one before that. So these corners, man, they playing good. Playing little above their league, but is it really? Remember, we still got Kendall Fuller sitting, and that dude can provide a huge spark if he can get back to the way that he used to play. He closed out a Super Bowl.
Not turning the ball over. They had 2 turnovers coming into the game, which was tied for the best.
Trying to get this set up, man. It's like I moved all my screens around, and it's like everything's so unnatural to me. I hate that. Come on, Jared, punch it in. Come on, get it out, get it out. God dang it. Call timeout. 2nd down, so you either better go up there and spike it or call a timeout. What are you doing? Why are you letting the clock just tick?
Buccaneers, and Goff doesn't anticipate it. He doesn't see that he's coming. Not surprised.
Oh, my God. Seriously. Clock management.
Field goal range, and then this time he brings Tyke Smith, who has been really good as one of those guys coming out of the secondary.
28 seconds. Okay, so you get it under 30. Even if you go 2 plays, you go 1 play and punt it. I get it. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Because if you get a first down, you have. If you get a first down, you run 7-8 seconds off the clock. You got 20 seconds. That's time enough for 3 more plays. You got to get rid of that ball, Goff. You got to go. And you throw a frickin' pick. Dumbest play I've seen all day. Just stupid. Just stupid. Nobody was even there. Just dumb. At that point, you might as well just run the frickin' ball. If that's how you're going to throw the ball, Goff. There wasn't anybody there. Nobody. What is he doing? That pass, it's almost impossible to make. Even if he lofted it enough, that pass is almost impossible. It's one of the hardest passes to throw in the game. Oh, we just let him across the 50.
14 seconds left.
You better not give him a field goal, man.
2 timeouts remaining.
Come on.
He has hit from 65.
A lot of action here in the last 2 minutes of the game.
And they're already inside that range right now. And you see the first 7 drives tonight for Tampa Bay. 36 total yards on 21 plays, just 2 first downs. They lost a fumble, There was an interception.
Come on, guys, let's go.
But here they are, down 14, a chance for points.
If you just looked at the stats, you'd think that this game was an absolute blowout.
First time the Bucs have been across midfield on offense. And on first down.
Oh, what about the hold?
Beautiful throw. And that's
Johnson
who makes the catch.
Oh, ball's out. Oh.
Timeout taken by Tampa Bay. 4 seconds
Oh,
left.
come on.
Anymore. They'll send McLaughlin out now.
You can see the route here by Tez Johnson. This is not an easy throw by Baker Mayfield as he's moving to his left, trying to get his shoulders turned to deliver a ball on the strike, on the money with a receiver who's running away from you, and yet he's able to lay it to Tez Johnson. He makes the play knowing he's about to get hit, gets to the ground, and then they get the timeout called. So if, great job defensively by Tampa Bay, the interception by Dean.
Come on, miss it.
With points here, this big.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
He's going to miss it to the left.
Try by McLaughlin.
I can feel it. He's going to miss it to the left. Get left. Get left. Oh, just snuck it in there.
And what a turn of events. And McLaughlin now 5 for 5.
God dang it, Goff.
Plus. And the interception from Goff to Jamel Dean gave Baker Mayfield and this offense a chance for points before the half, and they catch.
Is that the University of Michigan band?
14-3 game, halfway through it. Here at the end of week 7. And two teams that believe that this head-to-head matchup could determine home field advantage if they were to meet in the.
Yeah, he ain't lying. All right, we got halftime. Let's hear what they got to say real quick.
How can you get more going offensively, getting the ball to start the second half?
That's huge. We got to be better on first down. Obviously, we want to do a better job on first down. If we can get manageable with the sticks, we'll be okay.
What can you do to continue to try to affect Jared Goff from your defensive standpoint?
We're doing a good job defensively. Obviously, we let the run out of there and we misfit that one. But defensively, we're getting after them when we're getting favorable passing downs.
All right, thanks, Todd.
Yep.
Joe.
Laura, thank you. Lions put up 275 yards of offense to the Buccaneers 58, but lead by only 11.
All right, I guess we're not going to hear it, man. Todd Bowles, when you look at him,
comes up next.
does he not look like a guy? I mean, he doesn't look like a guy that has a soft, high voice, right? He definitely has a very soft, high voice. Does not look like a guy that should have a voice like that at all. He looks like he should be just deep, gravelly, growly, I'm a coach kind of voice. Todd Bowles, cool people, man. He's a good dude. Let's get into some halftime here. Well, I got some good clips so far. I'm definitely gonna clip this up because there's a lot of missed calls, a lot of no calls, same kind of stuff. I love the play that they overturned the interception on. I definitely think it was the right call. Obviously, I thought it was going to be the right call during the game. If they had not overturned that, I probably would have lost it. Actually, I know I would have lost it, just especially after everything that's gone on. Just too much crap. Sucks seeing Evans go down. He's a damn good football player, one of the best ever to play the game. Hate to see a guy ending his career this way. Not sure how much longer he's going to play. Let's get into our recap here. Box score, man. It livened up a little bit, but so far, man, this has been a hard-fought defensive game. Lions defense definitely came to play in this game. Calvin Shepard definitely earning his paycheck this week. He has to continue on like this in the second half. I'm liking the way that our DBs are playing right now. I wish that I could go back and rewind and watch some of these things. I'm going to key in on the defense in the second half, and I'm going to start watching what alignments we're in if we can get some actual good imagery, because it seems like ESPN is very focused in, and they don't give you a wider view at all. But I want to see how much zone we're running with the shells. Are we running 3? Are we running cover 4? What are we running? Because it's working. And if it's working against this team, I'm not surprised because they're fairly depleted in the wide receiver room. Obviously, they had Evans out there. He's not 100%. Now he's done. Ibuka's obviously not 100%. He's not having any impact in this game. One of my biggest keys of this game was whether it was Evans or whether it was Ibuka, you've got to bracket those guys. You have to. And if one of them is out, now you can definitely bracket the other one and totally take this game away from them. I'm not expecting the Bucs to be able to do anything in the second half. Their run game was gone before they showed up. They weren't going to have a run game. Unless it was Baker Mayfield running the football, it wasn't going to be anybody else. We might see Baker running the football a little bit more in the second half, and I only say that because they're not able to generate any yards on the ground right now offensively with Rashad Wright or Sean Tucker. It's just not, they just don't have the ponies in the backfield to be able to do it. Jahmyr Gibbs, very, 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 very slow first half for him. He had a couple of good runs. Obviously, the one 78-yard touchdown is what gave him 107 yards on the night. He was, 11 for 21? Or, no, I'm sorry, he was 7 for 21 before he blew the doors open. So he was only averaging 3 yards a carry. Now he's averaging 9.7. Hold on. Oh, Jared Goff. I'm a mixed bag on Jared. I think he's playing a good game. I think he's doing everything that he can. He's got a lot of pressure from all angles. The unblocked pressure that turned into a sack, not good. We have to have some guys picking up these free rushers. We can't allow that to happen. And if we know that there's going to be a free rusher, why is Goff holding the ball? Can't happen. 3 sacks right now for 26 yards. That's a problem. And then the boneheaded play there at the end of this, second quarter, throwing an interception to no man's land. You just gave him a free interception for no reason. It wasn't a contested catch. It was a poorly thrown football. Well, actually, it was a good thrown football, just poorly targeted. You can't make those mistakes. Not near midfield. Yeah, you might get away with them against the Bucs tonight. You're not getting away with that against the Eagles. You're not getting away with that against the Rams. You're not going to get away with that, even potentially against the Vikings, the way that they're playing. So you have to be able to protect the football, and this is a game I didn't expect Jared Goff to throw an interception. I expected Baker Mayfield to throw an interception. I expected Baker Mayfield to make some mistakes, but not Jared Goff. Not tonight. Jared's 13 of 19, 183 yards on the night. 9.6 average. There was a question that I received earlier in the week that said, hey, I'm seeing all these fans saying that Baker Mayfield's going to throw for 350 on the Lions. I said, hell no. Maybe 275 if he's having a great night and Ibuka's in and those guys are clicking. Well, one of them's out and they're not clicking. He has 47 yards on the night so far. One of the lowest halves ever by a quarterback. 47 yards. Absolute insanity. Defense is playing great. Amik Robertson obviously came to play in this game. He's having a really good game. Let me get into the Detroit Lions PR here. So Detroit Lions cornerback, the young Truth 7, has logged 4 forced fumbles in Detroit. The third most a cornerback has accumulated in franchise history. That's an interesting stat. Trey, Amik's agent, lock this dude down in Detroit, please. Brad, tomorrow, during the bye week, give him a deal. Amik can't go anywhere. He loves Detroit. He loves playing for this team. He loves the city. He loves the fans. Keep him. There's no reason why you need to go outside the building anymore. You just brought in all these corners, and you just gave yourself a nice nest egg of corners to keep in Detroit and build around. Make it happen and start with Amik. Injury update on Craig Reynolds. He has a hamstring injury. He's questionable to return. More than likely, he will not. Let's see. Jahmyr Gibbs is 8th the 8th player in NFL history. Let me say that all over again. Jahmyr Gibbs is the 8th player since at least 1960 to produce 100 yards rushing, a rushing TD, and 50-plus receiving yards in a first half of a game. He's the 8th player to do so. And matter of fact, I want to say the late, great Doug Martin, which, rest in peace, Doug Martin. Obviously, our heart goes out to you and your family and your friends, obviously, your teammates. I want to say Doug Martin's one of those 8. I'm pretty positive, and I think it's a 2012 game where he ran for 6 TDs. I'm almost positive he's on that list. Detroit Lions, the only players with multiple 70-plus yard TD rushes in Lions history. Barry Sanders had 5 in 1989. Jahmyr Gibbs has 2. I'm sorry, 1989 to 1998. Jahmyr Gibbs has 2 now between 2023 and 2025. Do you guys think, let me throw this in there. Let me throw this up in there. We'll do a little bit of a poll. Will Jahmyr Gibbs break Barry Sanders' record for the most TDs over 70 yards? And the record right now is 5. There you go. Yeah, Doug Martin was crazy good, Steve. Crazy good. Love watching that kid. I was always using Tampa when I played Madden. Always used Tampa. Love that defense. Love Doug Martin, man. Absolutely. Or just, even though it was, 13 years ago? I was like on the outskirts of me playing Madden, but still, 13 years ago, that's a long time. All right, 27 minutes ago, according to Lions PR, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs are the first players in franchise history since at least 1978 to each record a rush of 70 yards in a single season. The duo, the dynamic duo. That's pretty special. Yeah. Pretty special. How about Jahmyr Gibbs again? Produced a career-long 78-yard TD rush. It's the longest rushing TD by a Lions player since Javid Best had an 88-yard score on October 10th. Wow. Just like 14 years ago, almost to the date, right? 2011. You know what the difference is for me with Gibbs? Like when you watch him running down the right side and you see the closing speed of the safety or the corner, I don't remember who it was, and Gibbs just kind of looks and he's like laughing. He's like laughing to himself like, yeah, right, dude. He ain't catching me. He's just gone. Just absolutely gone. It's all Jahmyr Gibbs tonight, man. Jahmyr Gibbs joins Billy Sims as the only players in franchise history to produce 70-plus scrimmage yards and a TD in 6 straight home games. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the first player in franchise history to produce a TD reception in 4 straight Monday Night Football games. It's pretty impressive, man. Pretty impressive stuff. I know a lot of these stats are just stats. They're just, empty wishes of a Super Bowl, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, Aiden Hutchinson. As of tonight, no, this is prior to the game, so never mind. That's old news. All right, for the rest of your boxer score here, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 5 catches, 87 yards, averaging 17.4 a catch. Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 receptions, 54 yards, 27 average. David Montgomery, 2 for 18. Khalif Raymond, 2 of 15. Brock Wright, 2 of 9. Jamison Williams, 0 for 0. Isaac Tesla, 0 for 0. Sam Laporta, not even targeted. All these empty holes, not even targeted. And you know why? Because they're leaving him back to chip and block. That's why. So they're doing what I thought they would do, but then they're not getting him involved in the offense. We'll see if that changes second half. Something tells me probably not. See, I thought that they would have brought in Skip to do a little bit more of, some big man blocking as opposed to using all the tight ends, and they're not doing that. No, they're using Sam. Jack Campbell, a hell of a game so far. 1 sack, 2 TFLs, quarterback hit, 5 tackles. Rock Ya-Sin and Mollett, man, they are playing absolutely great football, along with Amik Robertson. The entire secondary is playing really good. Yeah, it's a beat up DB room, but you know what? You need these confidence games, and right now it's a confidence game. All right, we'll get back to the game. Dan Campbell.
What do you think about the effort you've seen from the guys who are playing?
Well, they're playing their tails off right now. I mean, those guys are getting in there. They're doing exactly what we said. Just get in there and challenge, man. Get where you're supposed to be. Use your help, and let those guys in front of you just raise a little hell, and they're doing that right now.
Now, with the way Baker Mayfield has been playing this season, no lead is safe. So what do you want to see from your offense when you get the ball back?
Listen, we just got to convert on a third down. That's it. That or stay out of third down, because that's when we're having success. We just get our first conversion on third down, we'll move it up and down the field. But look, that's a good defense, and we're close.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Lisa, thanks. And just to put numbers to it.
All right, so one of my biggest keys of tonight, as I said in the very beginning of tonight's game, is I did not want to see third down. And this is exactly why. I wanted us to totally negate third down by doing what we could do on second down and just leapfrogging it. Just pass, whatever you got to do to get the first down by second down, as much as you can. Obviously, you're not going to do that all night. But third down, this defense is really good. So they got to figure it out. Big catch there by Mika Egbuka. Bucks moving the ball right now.
The route, how he pushes up the field, and he gives a little nod as though he might just go the other direction. But that little move that he makes at the top of the route is what creates the.
I like the closing speed there by Rock Ya-Sin.
Egbuka seems to be wired to be a great player in this league.
I agree.
Only the second snap in Lions
Oh, come on, guys.
Nice pickup by Rashad White.
Come on.
It was the top back in 23. Bucky Irving missing his 3rd straight game with a foot injury, a shoulder injury. There's Egbuka. He is just flat out blown away. The Bucks front office, their coaching staff, his teammates, with the way he has gone about becoming an NFL receiver.
They always talk about quarterbacks coming in and trying to play as a rookie. I think the next hardest position is wide receiver. I saw a lot of guys come in, talented guys that were young, and it usually takes a little bit of time, and then you find a guy like him or like a Justin Jefferson.
Bucks at the 40 right now. Baker drops back. He's looking left. He's going to the end zone. Oh, and that's broken up by Meek's back.
Egbuka was open, and it hit Amik Robertson right in the back. And he was back there deep with Thomas Harper.
Yeah, I mean, he's so open, and Baker, he gives a little move, and then he hesitates.
Oh, Meek, you got burned.
And he's just
that ball was underthrown, though.
On it, because you want to try to lead him out to the left boundary to keep him away from the safety, but that ball obviously wasn't even close.
Look at Egbuka keeping his arms down to not let Robertson know the ball is on its way, but incomplete. Here's Shepard, first down, Tampa Bay. A 3rd down conversion, a gain of 4 as he worked against Arthur.
Man, right now our offensive line, or our defensive line, is not able to really penetrate.
For the injured Avonte Maddox.
Well, that's a start, because just like what we heard from Dan Campbell when he talked to Lisa Salters, they got to get a first down. Neither team, you mentioned it, Joe, had been good on third
Yeah,
down.
he definitely has all day. All freaking day. I don't want to blitz, though. You can't blitz. You just got to keep rushing for. You got to maintain wide coverage over that middle zone and just shut the run down. You cannot let them run. That ball was just pulled away by the Lions. That should be a fumble.
We'll take a look. Right now, they're saying Tampa Bay's ball that Rashad White was down.
Throw the flag, Dan.
Well, if they're going to call forward progress.
Let's see it. No, you can't call forward progress if you didn't blow it dead.
Made the hit, then eventually ripped it out. O'Connor.
That ball is out. He wasn't down.
I mean, look at this. It's just
You got to be shitting me.
arrested for some of that
It's
action.
off. That's a false start.
And to add to that point, once they rule forward progress,
Offense number 77.
They didn't rule
Penalty.
forward
it
progress.
can only be a fumble if the ball comes out on initial contact and the ball
Guys,
is ripped
they
out
lie
after that.
so much. It's not even funny.
Progress, they cannot make it a fumble.
Okay, if forward progress was called, there has to be a whistle. They had to have whistled it.
Starts giving them the business.
So even though we didn't hear the whistle, someone had to have, right?
There's a lot of viewers that don't know what that
You can't just come back and say, oh, we thought it was forward progress. No, you have to blow the play dead.
The heck's going on out there. It's another one to catch it. This
There you
ball
go.
is down by Derek Barnes. He's got a couple in this game.
Yeah, that was a good save by Barnes because they've got Tez Johnson.
Barnes is playing well tonight.
Flat, and he's got some speed. You see Tez, he's going to come out here, but here comes Barnes, and he's the one who knocks it down. But if Baker's able to complete this pass, he's got the ball.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to switch wardrobe. I still got my blue jersey on. Or should I not? Should I leave the blue jersey on? Defense is playing good. So do I leave it on? Or do I change? I don't want to be the reason why we lose.
Third down and 14. Mayfield steps into it. Tez Johnson.
All right, I'm changing. We need a rally cap because right now they're starting to work us. No, they're working us. I got to change.
It's going to be fourth.
I love the emphasis on them knocking out the balls too because the NFL, sends out a message and we still going hard. You know what I mean? No, Dwayne Key, now you're saying not to change it? First you say change it, then you say no? What are we doing? Am I changing it or am I not changing it?
The football immediately gets up the field to at least give Todd Bowles a decision to make.
Dan Feeney in the backfield.
Oh, it's a first down.
Michael Jordan with a good block, and they brought in some big bodies and just said, Rachaad White, we need it, go get it, and he got 3.
Yeah, and that's something we've really not talked a lot about, that the fact that Bucky Irving is not playing.
Man, I should have made coffee. I might have to go make some coffee.
Last 3 games, but Rachaad White, he was the bell cow back in 2023, and so not every back can carry the load. But he is a guy who has done it, and he's done a good job here tonight running tough.
So first down, play action. Mayfield was looking for the end zone. He gets
All right,
Tucker
screen
out
game.
of the backfield. And Sean Tucker with a short gain as Jack Campbell, who's been playing better and better every week and is becoming a star in this
I love the way Jack tackles, man. He loves to just wrap you up, just swallows you.
But just check it down and stay
Love
ahead
it.
of the chains is, minimal gain, but just don't have any negative plays.
The post-game show should be posted, and I assume I put the right date on it. I didn't even look.
50 yards on this drive.
And you should be able to get brought right into it.
Now they bring in Sean Tucker in the backfield. He's got a lot of speed too.
2nd and 8. Tez Johnson, he's got plenty of speed. Toward the end zone, spinning.
Yep. Wait, what are you talking to the crowd for?
After the catch by the rookie Tez Johnson, a 7th-round pick, back-to-back games with a touchdown.
And Charlie Heck, the right tackle, he makes an outstanding block, and then you get help from Ryan Miller at wide receiver. Here's a look at Heck, that right tackle. I mean, he just takes his man right out of the frame. They set it up perfectly. Graham Barton, he's out there as well. But at the end of this play, number 81, Ryan Miller, he makes the key block that allows.
What is Aiden doing?
And Tampa Bay is going to go for 2. The conversion obviously makes it a 3-point game. And they spread them out. Shepard in motion. Baker looking left.
Get him! Yes!
And what What a play by Nick Whiteside.
There you go, Whiteside.
Another guy.
An impressive young man he is, and he has shown up big for the last few weeks now.
Goff
There you go.
He's able to complete, and that is the first time
Come
the Colts
on,
has had a
Sam.
catch in this game. How about what happened with Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos? They trailed 19.
Is there 2 games on tonight?
In the fourth quarter late yesterday. They scored 33 points in the
Kind of
fourth
coffee?
quarter to win the
What do you mean, what kind of coffee? I know, I've been terrible with my advertising, man. It's like I don't even sell coffee.
The game. They win at 33-32.
It's the Honolulu Blue Brew.
Jackson Dart and the Giants, but a thrilling win for Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and the Broncos.
Yeah, the Giants, they've had a few of those this year.
There we go. First down.
Here is a catch by the
Is that Brock Wright?
his
Brock
third of the
Wright?
game, and he's got a first down for Detroit.
Well, they get somebody else involved. As much production as Detroit had there in that first half, again, almost 300 yards of offense. It really was Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of other people really getting all that involved.
Yeah, we had 2 games. We got a 10 p.m. game on tonight.
On that play,
I thought so.
I sense that Detroit, it's a 9-point swing from the end of the first half to the field goal and then the touchdown.
There you go, Gibbs. Oh, you should have kept going outside. He had it.
And on 1st and 10 is able to
Oh, he so had it.
He's 15 yards downfield before anybody kind of gets near him. Watch the hole that opens up and the vision that he has. I mean,
Oh my God, he had that.
All this space. I mean,
He had it.
Going to be gone because now he's just
Oh.
one. But that's a good job by Tampa.
It's crazy how quick those holes close, isn't it?
But in the back end, and the last line of
It's just like a sliver, man.
He's got
Just a glimpse of life, and it closes. Oh, nice move. That is the hardest 2 yards ever.
This time, the first guy through was Logan Hall. He couldn't bring him down, but a gain of 3.
Well, you stick with it, and keep running the football, and then in the second half, it starts to pay off. A little bit. Jahmyr Gibbs break the long one in the first half.
Brent, I don't know, dude.
He has outgained the Buccaneers.
Hold on, buddy.
184 yards to 130.
I think the way it works, though, Brent, is
5-point game.
Hold
That's
on.
the rush yards
Let me
in
log
this
in.
Ball game, and Gibbs just keeps piling them up. On 2nd and 7.
There you go. Get that screen going. Go, baby, go. Break it. Touchdown. Oh. All you got to do is jump. Gibbs.
I know everybody's going to talk about Gibbs and running, but I got to be honest. Panay Sewell, the right tackle, look at the athleticism of this guy. I mean, he's out front.
Gotta love Panay, man.
He's not able to make the key block to turn him loose to let him into the end zone. Winfield, he
How did he whiff on that block?
puckered out by then, but
Panay, what are you doing? You get all the way down there and you whiff.
back like Gibbs.
1st and goal from the 5. Why not? Gibbs.
Oh, touchdown. There it is. Gibby with 2. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
All right, so to answer your question, first of all, I didn't realize that my page kept saying you must be 18 years or older because my page has something that is not suitable for work. I have no idea how that happened, so that might make a little bit of sense as to why donations have been very slow. The Terry and Arnold jersey is $4 for members, $5 a ticket. I don't know what they did here. I don't know why. The Rocked On jersey is $7.50 for members, so 2 for $15. And Isaac Tesla should be the same. So what I'll do, is if you donate 15, or 30 at a time, or 15, or what would it be? $22.50, right? Or 23. I'll know, I always check. So I'll check and make sure that you're a member. And if you're a member, what I do is I go in and I either add extra extra tickets to your name or whatever. I always look before we do the drawing. But the Terry and Arnold one coming up at $4, that just doesn't make any sense. They're always 25% off for members. For all of the raffles. Let's see if I can change this one. I have someone that does this for me, so I don't even know what they did. Yeah, we've only sold 7 tickets for the Tesla one. Oh, it's because it would be $375 for members. So, yeah, the one that says $4 is correct. We try to round up to a whole dollar. We try to. I guess we could just do that instead. Just put a dollar amount in there as opposed to a percentage off. We try to round up. Yeah, there's only been 7 sold for the Tesla one and 11 for Terry and Arnold. And 13 for the Rockhound game jersey. If you're wondering what we're talking about, you can get your raffle tickets here. We haven't been posting a lot of links lately. All right, 67% said Jahmyr Gibbs will break the record. Man, that's going to be a tough record to break. That's a buried 10 years to do. I'm wondering how many years it did take him to do it, though. You know what I mean? I don't understand what Panay was doing on that block. Like, he got all the way down there and then whiffed. All he had to do was slow down. Did he think that he had the ball? Baker on the boot. There goes Amik. Ooh, surprised the flag's not going to come in on that one. Kind of missed.
No gain. You know, coming into this game, Joe, just watching them last week against Kansas City, and I know it was a disappointing loss, but when they were in man coverage doing the things that they typically do, there wasn't a lot of places for Patrick Mahomes to go with the football, and when he created the plays, it was more when they were in zone, and so not surprised Kelvin Shepard said, hey, we're going back to what we do, and to a man, they have really risen to the occasion.
Delayed handoff. White got a nice
there you go
in front of him, and as Thomas Harper makes the tackle.
Something just flashed, says breaking news, and now it's gone.
That gain of 7 could have been a 40-yarder like we saw from Jahmyr Gibbs, but Thomas Harper, he came up and made a good tackle. Like I said about Tampa Bay secondary, that when you're playing safety, you got to be a sure tackler and get guys down, and he did.
3rd and 3.
Huh.
Tez Johnson in motion. Mayfield is
so close on the sack. Oh, that was a pick ball. What are you guys doing? That was a free ball.
And it's 4th down. The punt team comes on for Tampa Bay.
Oh my God, good stop.
A good route by Ibuka, and Mayfield has him. He gets in behind the defense.
See, I had to put the hat on. I changed the hat. You guys wouldn't let me change the jersey. I changed the hat. We got a little bit of momentum back. Oh my God, Hallett. You got to turn and look for the ball.
Yeah, he grabbed the back of his leg, and he kind of jogged off, but stiff-legged over to the sideline. Lions obviously.
Ibuka sounds like he's injured now too.
Punt by Dixon.
Or was it Yasin?
Raymond out of bounds, and a flag is down. With 2:51 left in the 3rd. And here.
Oh no, it's Yasin. Oh, it's definitely a cramp. You can see it. You can see it's all stiffed up. And you got a big old lump right there. It better just be a cramp. That's how mine look. I got all these lumps down the back of my leg. You can feel them. I've cramped over probably 400 times in the last couple years. No lie. Like every day, couple times a day.
Secondary is down its entire week 1 starting group.
And it's all because of the nerves in my neck and back that are all screwed up, mostly the lower lumbar, but nerves are just firing all weird.
Really has been red hot.
Still waiting for the call.
A member of the kicking team went out of bounds on his own. That is a 5-yard penalty. Detroit is elected to enforce that foul from the succeeding spot. First down, timeout.
So we'll take a break in a 12-point game. Tampa Bay trying to hang in this ball game as you are watching Monday Night Football.
You know, I've been thinking about the show. For the next 30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me.
Welcome to the Running Man. Survive, and you will walk away with $1 billion new dollars. Don't you get it? This game is rigged.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
Someone on Twitter says this is as good as we've seen Gibbs, period. Nah. This is not as good as we've seen Gibbs. He's had some big runs tonight and some big plays. Well, a few big plays. This is not as good as we've seen Gibbs, I promise you. I don't care how many yards he has from scrimmage tonight. I don't care about any of that. Gibbs was a 7 for 21 to start. Remember that. Gibbs never starts that slow, or at least didn't usually. It's been happening more and more and more this year. So he can be even better than this, which is scary.
And you get a 5-year price guarantee. One line of unlimited 5.
Sounds like Amik Robertson, or not Amik Robertson, Yasin is headed back to the locker room. That's not good. It could be more than just a cramp. Oh, Goff, come on, dude. What are you doing? Seriously. He's got to stop thinking he has all this time. Like, he needs to put this.
Earlier in this quarter, Yassine was out of the game. He got some medical attention. You could tell over here on the sideline that he was in some discomfort, but he walked it off and convinced trainers that he could go back into the game. He did that, but then when you saw him just come out of the game, he got some attention over here on the sideline, got some oxygen, and again, now back in the locker room.
Well, another.
I mean, that's not like extremely bad news. It'll just be extremely bad news if after the game it's worse than what we think.
You know, I don't know how these guys do it. I pulled a hamstring on a treadmill 2 years ago, and I haven't gotten back on one since. And, you know, for these guys to, you know, these are world-class athletes, and they're opening it up, and they're running wide open. And, I mean, I'm amazed, even with Mike Evans missing time coming back. But you sure see a lot of these hamstring injuries.
They're down at 8.
There has been a crazy number of hamstring injuries this year. There you go. Nice pass. So what I was saying about Jared Goff there a minute ago, like his internal clock is usually spot on. There you go, Sam. He's usually spot on, but tonight it seems like his internal clock is just a little bit off, meaning he thinks that he has more time than he actually has. He needs to speed it up a little bit.
On first down, standing next to Captain Hot Yoga, I watch David Montgomery gain 5. If I see one more Instagram post about you tired after hot yoga, I'm going to delete the app.
You're going to get one tomorrow.
Damn, Krista, there's a lot of people that have that. Yeah, I'm dealing with it too. They never diagnosed me with anything like that though. It legit looks like there's worms in my calves because the nerves just sit there and do this all day. Looks like I tricked somebody and told them I had worms in my calves. They were all grossed out. I did it at dinner. There you go. Now let's get Sam in. There you go.
Laporta a little more involved. Zion McCollum, who's playing a week and a half after surgery on his left hand. He had a torn ligament in his left thumb, and once he proved to the coaching staff that he could actually catch the football, they said, get back in there, you're good to go.
Which I actually thought was a little interesting, that I asked Todd Bowles, had he not have shown that he could catch the ball, would you have still let him play? He said he would have been limited. And it just was important to Todd Bowles to know that if the ball came in his vicinity, that he could not only make a play on the ball, but catch it.
And skipper in the game, and actually fighting for first down yardage is Montgomery, and he's short. And that's the end of the quarter. And so Dan Campbell, the ball sitting right at just inside midfield, inside Tampa territory, will get a chance to see if he's going to go for it. All
right, timeout. I'm going to be right back. Oh, coffee tastes so good, man. I probably shouldn't be drinking it this late, but I don't have any decaf, anything. But since you asked, this is what we're drinking. The Honolulu Blue Brew. Everything that we sell and all the proceeds that we make will go to Rockhound Cancer Foundation. If you would like to purchase some, I don't even know if it's up on the site anymore. Quite honestly, it doesn't even look like it is. Let me see if I think I forgot to reactivate it. Huh. Got it in about a month and a half ago, maybe. Anyway, it took a while to get the beans ready. But we're rolling back in coffee again. Took a hot minute. All right, it's back up now. Oh, we got the pitch out. That didn't quite work, but Gibbs is still going to get the first down. And look at him trying to give him a shitty spot, too. Look at that. Those are not the plays to run for a yard, Morton. I'm sorry. That takes way too much time. You're going to a short side of the field, and you're trying to do a pitch out. What are we thinking? Like, are we serious? I mean, luckily we got it, but all right, check down to Khalif. Man, Khalif got rocked. But you know what I'm saying? Would any of you done that? Run a pitch out when you need 1 yard or 1.5, whatever it was, 2 yards on the short side of the field? No. Hell no. Like, imagine had a safety or the nickel, the slot corner, had they read that and jumped the route, take that ball midair, and they're gone for 6. That stuff, that's what burns me up. But we're in the third quarter. We were in the third quarter a minute ago. We got to check the Morton effect here. What happened in the third quarter? Where'd my stats go? I lost my stats. That's great. Get rid of it. There you go, Goff. Unreal. Unfrickin' real. Just terrible play calling, man. Nothing up the seams. Nothing over the middle. I mean, they're sending the house. They're blitzing like crazy. We're not taking advantage of the middle. You know, a very, very simple play design would be you're going to run 2 guys on the seam, and then they're going to go out, right? They're going to tight formation. You run 2 guys down the seam, they go out. And then they have 2 guys on the out that come in. It's hard to defend, especially when you're blitzing consistently. Again, I'm no John Morton. I'm just saying, from my couch over here, the couch coach, that's what I would be doing. I'd be doing stuff like that. I'd be trying to confuse the defense. So, third quarter, we got 1 touchdown on 1 possession. So I guess it's okay. The fact that we only had 1 possession, though, in the third quarter is crazy to me. Six, 10, 21, 6, 10, 11. Hold the phone here. Hold the phone. Isn't there's 15 minutes in a quarter, right? What am I missing here? Do the math. It says the Bucks took the first possession 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, 6 minutes, 11 seconds. The Lions went 4 minutes, 10 seconds. So that's 10 minutes. And then the Bucks went 1 minute, 48 seconds. So that's 1 minute. And punted. Okay, so our last drive had to have crossed over. How much time is left in the fourth? Because that's only like 12 minutes. It is only 12 minutes. It's like 11 minutes, 59 seconds. No, it's 12 minutes, 9 seconds. Yeah, John's been a little bit of an issue. I agree there, Ed. I think that his play calling is a bit suspect. We're not getting our guys involved at all. Yeah, I see our last play is 4:45. I just needed to see how much was left in the fourth quarter here. 13:06, so 2 minutes. So you can call 2 minutes to the, not even 2 minutes to the Lions, like a minute in 40 seconds. That doesn't add up because there was 13 minutes and 5 seconds. Even if you gave all that to the Lions, that's a minute 55. 1, 4, and 6 is 11. Plus 48 and 10 is 58, 59, 09. So I add another minute, so that's 12. 12:09. And then if you add even if you add 2 whole minutes, that's only 14 minutes. There's a minute missing according to ESPN.
When he was with Washington as a rookie in 2023. So this is a little new for him tonight, but he's held up just as all of them have.
Play clock is at 3. Trying to get set. They just got it away. Blitz.
Oh, Lions sending a blitz. All right, I like the backup defense there.
Coming up. That's Hallett, the first-year safety who came up to make the stop, a gain of 6.
You know, I'm noticing a little bit of a different design in the defense tonight because it seems like in games past, whenever we're sending 6 guys,
You know, everyone knows it's a Buccaneers fan that Baker Mayfield's gone through a few
someone's wide open with no help.
Josh Grizzard are on the same page. And that's why we've seen Baker continue to play at the level that he has. But it's a chess game right now between Grizzard and Kelvin Shepard.
Flag on the play. Ibuka.
Oh, there you go.
But a flag at the start. It's an illegal
Whiteside.
shift against Tampa Bay.
That'll be declined.
Here's John Hussey.
Illegal shift, offense, 2-minute motion that did not get set. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
4th down. That pass was thrown perfectly by Mayfield. Ibuka had a shot at it. I'm not sure.
And they're going for it. Maybe you should have taken it.
That's the only thing I wonder about. I don't think it was. This ball I thought was thrown perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, it definitely was. It was Whiteside who once again makes a big play.
4th down and 4.
This is kind of it.
All right, everybody should be up. Those safeties should be up. Crowd that line. Oh, and you're blitzing.
Mayfield in trouble, throws.
Oh, fumble!
Reaching for the first down.
And they're going to freaking get it. You can't advance a fumble, though.
They haven't marked it. He looked short.
I thought he did have possession.
I'm wondering if his knee was down before he extends the arm. If it's not, then they've got a decision.
That was Cade Otten. Let's see where he is on the field here. Knee is down now.
Yeah, he's short.
And he is right
Ruling
at the
on
marker.
the field is a catch and then a fumble. By rule, on 4th down, only the fumbler can advance the ball. The fumbler did it, though, get past the line to gain. It is a 1st down.
No.
For Tampa Bay.
No. Is that a 1st down, Tampa?
Russell Yerk is going to have to decipher this.
That ball is short.
It looked like he was down by contact.
I agree, Joe. It is a catch because he has control at 2 feet down and he performs a football move. but the knee is down and he reaches the ball. It looks like
If the knee is down, you can't fumble.
short of the line to gain when he's down. It would have to be a coach's challenge, though, because the ruling on the field.
Throw the freaking flag, Dan.
And you could see Dan Campbell screaming for John Hussey to come over.
Throw the flag.
I would expect a challenge. But I agree with you, Joe. I did not think it was a fumble either.
So they gave him forward progress.
Oh, my God, Dan.
First down, and that
Here it
keeps
is.
alive, but here comes a
Thank
challenge.
you.
Yeah, I think it's worth the challenge.
But remember, the call on the field.
He loves his
is that
timeouts,
he
man.
got the line to gain in a first down. And every look we've had shows it is awfully close. And Campbell has to challenge it to have them look at it again. And there's him trying to get John Hussey to come over.
Is challenging the ruling on the field that the receiver did in fact complete the process of the catch. Timeout.
Oh, no. You can't say he didn't complete the process. No.
Completed.
Oh.
There's a lot to decipher. We'll get the call when we come
His
back.
knee was down. But yes, you gotta hold the ball to the ground, right? All right, let's get the rule book up, because these analysts, they always get shit wrong. They lie to you. I think I already told you guys this, but the rules analyst from the Chiefs game, he got it all wrong. I think we know. I said this on the phone to Eric the other day when he called yesterday. Didn't it seem like, everybody, I'm just going to say it. Everybody in the booth, before they even announced what was going on, right? Because the refs are in a huddle. This is Kansas City I'm talking about. So before anybody knew what was going on, they were already talking about the play. How would they know what's going on if the ref hasn't announced anything yet? Think about that. It almost seems like it was premeditated. Hey, Dan Campbell talks to all these refs before the game and tells them what plays he's going to run, right? Trick plays. So if the ref said, yeah, you know what? I think we could probably get away with something here. And then they clue in the announcers and get them all in it too. I mean, could the conspiracy run that deep? Could it run that deep that the announcers are trying to trick you, the listener, me, the listener, into thinking, oh, yeah, we could tell it was, illegal motion and, Goff didn't stop and blah, blah. Oh, confirmed on the field after the conference, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, he didn't stop. It was illegal motion. It's just everybody knew way too much before anything was announced. It seemed really off. There's no way that the guys in the booth would know anything different than what we should know until it's called. That's what doesn't make any sense.
Challenge because Cade Otton was successfully able to make the catch, survive and make the catch with a two-step.
So he made the catch. It wasn't complete the process. It was the ball. His knee was down.
They called John Hussey back over to the monitor, and now they're looking at where the ball was placed, which is close. We all think he was just short.
He was definitely short.
In the booth. And again, the initial call that John Hussey just said was that the catch was made. Here's the next call.
After a second look, it is determined that the receiver was actually short of the line to gain.
There you go.
It will be Detroit's ball, first down. Also, we are going to give Detroit back their challenge and their timeout.
Well, replay assist should have done that. Where was replay assist? Why do we got to challenge it? Because if we don't challenge it, replay assist doesn't get it.
Sideways, had it been pointed toward the end zone, might be a different story, but he's got to get to the 41, and when his knee is down, Cade Otton looks short.
There you go.
And Baker Mayfield can't believe it. They came back out thinking that Detroit had lost the challenge, and then they called John Hussey back over and said, wait a minute, let's look at where you guys put the ball down, or where he was when the tackle was made, and they determined that he's short of first down.
So here's why Dan Campbell could have just made an epic error, right? If you're asking, now maybe he didn't, right? We just again heard from the refs, or I'm sorry, from the announcers that Dan was challenging the process of the catch, right? How do we know that that's what Dan even challenged? So I'm texting Justin Rogers right now. All right. Anyway, we got an injury. So that would have been an epic error. Let's say Dan did ask to challenge the process of the catch, right? That would have been an error had they not actually looked and finished their process, the refs, of getting the call right, which would have been where the ball was spotted. Where was the receiver down upon contact of touching the ground, right? And, it's a knee or an elbow or a thigh or a butt, whatever touches the ground, you're down. And wherever the ball is, you're down. So if you challenge going to the ground catch rule, the process of the catch, it's when a receiver is falling to the ground while making a catch. Clearly, you could see the guy caught the ball, took 2 steps, and then was kind of diving, lunging forward. So he made the process. He already had the football secure going to the ground. So that would have been a bad way to challenge. You don't challenge the process of the catch. He caught the ball. He didn't fumble it. He didn't lose the ball while he was going to the ground. He lost the ball when he hit the ground, which would be a fumble if you weren't down. He was already down. So you can't fumble the ball when you're down, right? That's why I talked it all out during the whole play. But here's the rule. You have to secure control before the ground. He did that. The receiver must secure the ball in his hands or arms before it touches the ground. He did that. Control means the ball is not moving around or sliding against the body. Kelsey didn't do that, right? Hawkinson didn't do that either. But Hawkinson had his hands under the ball. And so when he popped up, or when the ball popped up, the ball was still live in the air. Should have been a touchdown. Kelsey, ball was moving as he went to the ground. Different story, right? I think we know the answer there. That's evidence number 2 over the weekend. Touching the ground inbounds. So he must get 2 feet down, did that, or another body part besides his hands inbounds, did that. Like that has nothing to do with it going out of bounds. Survive the ground. If the receiver is going to the ground as part of the catch, he wasn't going to the ground as part of the catch. He caught the ball in the open field, turned, made a couple of steps, then started to go down. He must hold on to the ball through the entire fall. If the ball touches the ground and moves, Kelsey, or if he loses control before resecuring it, Hawkinson, it's ruled incomplete. However, Hawkinson, again, the ball popped up. Even if he and it didn't touch the ground. Even if he briefly had possession, the process isn't complete until he shows control after hitting the turf. Kelsey had control after the turf, but the ball moved. Hawkinson caught it in the air, should have been a touchdown. This dude was down, caught it, made the catch, and it's a good play. There you go, Goff. Way to move your feet. I hate seeing Goff run.
Anthony Nelson makes the stop.
So anyway, that's the rule. That's why he shouldn't have challenged it. And I'm curious if he would have challenged it for process of the catch, because that tells me that our guys that are up in the replay booth getting down to Dan Campbell and saying, hey, you need to challenge it for this or that. We need some new guys. If I can get it right, and I don't have anywhere near the experience of these dudes, we need some new dudes up there. Whoever's doing it.
It's 3rd down and 10.
Get rid of it.
Pump fake and now incomplete for Williams over the middle.
Come on.
4th down, and that's a big stop by Tampa
Come
Bay.
on, man. Come on, Morton.
The ball sitting just outside the 40.
Another turnover.
Jake Bates
on downs,
out to try
doing nothing with it with good field position.
This secondary overall has held up pretty well. You know, a lot of the big.
You should have let him. That was a bad throw too. You should have let J-Mo across the field. It just seems like J-Mo is completely disconnected, man. It just seems like the last 4 weeks he's just done nothing, absolutely nothing.
53 in the first half.
Oh, he's gonna miss it. Oh my God, it made it in.
Wow.
Jesus, Bates. What is going on with this kid?
And now 2 for 5 from 50 plus.
I think they're wondering if it. Take another look. Some are saying it might not have gone in.
Well, here's a definitive look off the right upright.
Oh yeah, it's in.
I was going to say, they're standing right there. But you saw Baker's reaction from the angle that he's at, and then Dan Campbell, he's going to have cardiac arrest over there on the sidelines after they showed him.
Yeah, let's not joke about that,
Baker
dipshit.
thought he missed it, Bates. But that ties the career long. He hit from 58 earlier in the year.
No, I think Goff's fine, Mike P. I think it's pressure, man. He's getting a ton of pressure tonight. The blitz is no big deal for Goff. It's the pressure. And I think that when we go break down some tape this week, we're going to see that there's some pretty good defense down in the back end. Not a lot of guys are getting open. But I'm going to put the blame on John Morton, honestly. John Morton has to put your quarterback in a position to win. You know what I mean? He has to give you the right calls to be successful. And so far, the majority of this game, I'm not witnessing a very fluid game. I'm not witnessing good game tempo. I mean, nothing. You're not getting your guys in a rhythm. You know, this is a rhythm and a tempo offense. It's all timing. And when your guys are not in rhythm, they're not going to play in rhythm. And I think that's our problem. So, yeah, Goff looks off. He's not in a rhythm. Can't get in a rhythm. Too much pressure.
22-24, averaging 12 a year.
My God. Good graphics.
Was hired by the Bears, Aaron Glenn by the Jets, but Dan Campbell, he restocked. And John Morton is now the offensive coordinator. They bring him back from Denver.
Oh, that's great.
Kelvin Shepard, we talked about him tonight, the job he's done. They elevate him to defensive coordinator. He's been great.
They had that stock.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that recorded.
On first down, here's Mayfield. There's Otten. And a clear first down this time. As he plows through a couple of would-be.
Did that make sense, Mike, or no?
Yards. Just under 10 to go.
And I haven't paid attention to his handoffs a whole lot, but.
Came in short-handed in the secondary, the Lions.
And
Mayfield throws it incomplete.
Come on, Anzalone, you got to get your hands off people's waists. They're just itching to call a flag on you.
We're told he's been dealing with cramping and is questionable to return. He had come out of the locker room after going in the first time and was on the sidelines trying to work his way back into the game, getting oxygen, getting his legs worked on with a Theragun. Went back to the locker room, and again, he's back out onto the field. Questionable, though, to return with cramping.
Yeah, and Lisa, Nick Whiteside has done a really good job in his place. As Rock Yassin is one of the outside corners playing for the injured DJ Reed and Terrion Arnold. On 2nd and 10, blitz from Jeff.
Lions overload the blitz on the right side. Baker evades it.
There, and he finds
wow.
become his favorite target here in the second half.
Shit.
2 yards short of a first down.
There goes another guy.
I can't say enough about
Mollett.
the secondary. Well, we got another one down, and Arthur Mollett.
His knee.
He's the guy.
Or his hammy, one of the two.
Slot corner. They've been hurt everywhere, but they've been hurt especially at the slot corner position. Maddox is out.
That looks like a cramp too.
Didn't even suit up for this game. Mollett then takes over at the
What? Why are these guys not eating bananas?
He's unable to go.
Drinking water? Where's our water guys? I don't see anybody in on the injury bringing water in. There's some water.
But they're going to be shuffling the deck.
Where's the Gatorade?
Mollett has that takeaway earlier in the game that went as an interception.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on Barnes.
From Cade Otton. And now he's in on this play and unable to get up after it. Until
Yep,
he gets
another cramp.
And there is Trey Flowers, who was added from the practice squad. Meanwhile, we were in a break, and then Katie gave the report, and Hassan Reddick was landed on by Panay Sewell, which is what led to his injury right on his ankle, and so they have to cart him away. This has been a year, Troy. We've talked to every head coach we've visited with this year. The injury list, this has become who's going to be left standing at the end of the year.
You know, it's time that they
to get to the Super Bowl. It's just one player.
it's time that they extend these rosters, man. They got to extend it to like 60.
Here's White.
And this is just getting it's getting insane.
Giving him a first down. The Lions have their bye next. The Bucs have their bye coming up week 9, which is after a road date with New Orleans next week.
So they brought in Lawrence Strickland, another safety, to replace Mollett.
Mayfield, 200.
Oh, another pick ball.
Come
on.
Can't get up and make the catch. He's 5'10", 165, and Baker Mayfield stretching out after that throw.
Yeah, he sits in there nicely, and he's got that little area to where if you're able to put the ball on him. But I'll tell you, Joe, this secondary and Kelvin Shepard.
Yeah, that would also help. That's a good point too, Brent. At least allow all 53.
You don't really know what you're going to get on any given snap, and it's really thrown Baker off a lot. And when they played man.
Oh, by the way, jersey winners, they should be going out this week. I think everything's in. Oh, what about that hold?
It's going to be a flag for a hold and nearly picked with Ibuka the target.
Here you go, Harper.
And Thomas Harper came flashing in. Aiden Hutchinson may have forced a hold on Graham Barton.
Holding, offense number 62. That penalty is declined. Third down.
And with the incompletion, they decline it, and that's Aiden Hutchinson who forced that hold.
Yeah, which he does quite often.
No, he doesn't do that quite often. Did he really just say that? They never call a hold against the offense against Hutch or for Hutch.
I mean, if you take the penalty,
God, these guys just love to lie.
extra down, but they decline it, so it's third
Unbelievable.
down and 10 in 4 down territory.
That's right. Yeah, 4 down either way you look at it for Tampa Bay.
Come on, guys, let's do it. Come on, slam the door shut. Please don't blitz.
Across from Worfs.
We're sending them all. Nope, they're dropping back. Dropping back.
Over the middle, wide open. Another high throw, but a great catch by Tez Johnson. He was left alone, and that's 13 yards.
Well, that's a great job by Tez.
Somebody explain to me.
I'll tell you, Aiden Hutchinson, he put a spin move
You're gonna simulate pressure like you're blitzing 7 guys or 6 guys, and then they just sit there. They don't drop back in coverage. They don't do anything, and you leave guys wide open.
And it's well played by Hallett, who's moved into the nickel corner spot. And a gain of 3. Here's that last play.
Yeah, Tez Johnson, I mean, he's been showing up big. Guy's made plays when he's had an opportunity. The catch he made last week for the touchdown was amazing. That was another one. Here's the move. You don't see Tristan Wirfs get turned around.
Second down and 7.
Oh, there you go.
Ball's out. Knocked out. Still loose. And both teams had multiple players have a shot at that ball, and it's just a fight at the bottom of that pile. It's Tampa Bay's ball. And another punch out, right?
Wheaton's got him.
Yeah, they go right at it.
Wheaton's and Muhammad.
Well, they're well coached, and it was really just a three-man rush.
Oh, Amik, you missed it. Tyleek, you missed it.
For the ball, Wirfs lays on it.
It's like somebody put some grease on that pig.
Who they picked up off waivers from Dallas, who punched it out. And now it's 3rd down and 5.
That was
Buka at the top.
that was Wheaton's and AQM with the sack fumble.
And timeout before the snap, as Dan Campbell wants John Hussey to come over and talk to him again.
These guys are getting to know each other tonight.
Challenge the spot.
Challenging that the runner was down by contact short of the line of game.
There you go, Dan.
He was short of the line to game, but I guess just
Baker didn't complete the catch. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
because it's a manageable 3rd down here.
Yeah, that's an odd challenge. Obviously, he's definitely short of the line to gain. I thought they were going to challenge the recovery, and I didn't see anything that suggested anybody other than Wirfs recovered that ball. But by challenging the line to gain, Joe, to your point, they can get the ball adjusted. They'll just lose the challenge because they're obviously not going to they're not going to change the line to gain ruling.
And you see the opportunity that Tyleek Williams, a rookie, had to get that ball first, and then somehow Wirfs gets down there and gets on top of the ball. Tampa Bay keeps it. See, it's between his legs. And then John Hussey said the challenge was that Detroit was challenging the line to gain. Well, they're nowhere near that. It's 3rd down and 5. Line to gain's at the 25. The ball's sitting at the 30.
What is he challenging?
He's kind of wondering, all right, what exactly are we looking at here?
Here's the best look at the entire
Okay, so
thing.
he
There's
was
the
definitely
punches
not
by
down.
Thomas Wheat. Williams has the shot at it, can't come up with a ball. And then eventually the ball is recovered by around the 29-yard line, right where they have it.
After review,
by
the
Tristan
runner did in
Wirfs.
fact fumble the ball, but it was recovered by an offensive player in advance of that recovery. We are going to charge Detroit a timeout for an unsuccessful challenge.
What is Dan doing?
And nothing about where they put it down has changed at all.
You're right. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what advice.
Dan, what?
Dan Campbell was thinking.
Is this why he never challenges?
You know, typically when I said Abuka was at the top of the screen, you know, he's your most accomplished guy along with Sterling Shepard. But with Baker Mayfield, the way he's involved everybody, not just tonight, but other weeks, he's comfortable getting the ball to anyone.
Third down and 5. 4-man rush.
Oh,
Mayfield, that
there you
ball
go.
is hit, and it's incomplete. Aiden Hutchinson made the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they have White here to help, but he doesn't give any help. He just releases and doesn't give any type of chip, and Hutchinson's the one who comes in and gets the hand on the ball. I mean, this guy's just absolutely relentless. To be able to go around the top like that, continue to circle heck, and make a play, just an absolute force.
Brings up another 4th down. In a 15-point game.
I'm not sure he's done yet.
He's getting a lot of help. Passes caught for the first down. Otten again. So without Mike Evans and with a healthy enough Abuka, it's been Cade Otten who's been the target for Baker Mayfield and a big first down.
Yeah, they bring Sterling Shepard down as a wide receiver. They got him chipping on him. They got Rashad White, who has also had eyes on him.
Mayfield protected, finds Shepard, and that's a short gain to the 20. Gain of 2. Arthur Millette, who was injured earlier, was back in there to make the stop.
They have made, I say they being this secondary, and just defense overall, has made Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay earn every yard they've gotten. There hasn't been anything easy.
Thirteenth play in this gotta have a touchdown drive. Good protection, end zone, and Tez Johnson was open.
Baker is just everywhere.
Just a bad throw. He got what he wanted. Tez Johnson runs an outstanding route, and he creates separation, and Baker just flat out misses him. I mean, you see all that field out there. You can miss in a lot of areas. He just airmails them. But
Amik he got burned on that one.
Johnson, he's going to make a play on the ball for a touchdown.
3rd down and 8. Mayfield underneath. Shepard gets dumped.
Ooh.
Hallett again. And it's 4th down again. A gain of just 3.
Oh, that's such a great job. The play that he's able to make. He's right here. He looks like he's going to give help to Ibuka, but he drops down as soon as he sees the crosser. Amazing.
Great reaction. Remember, he got hit hard by Rachaad White on the first snap of the game when he was on defense. Big play. Now 4th and 5. 8th tackle of the game for Eric Hallett. End zone, and there's a flag. Shepard with Arthur Millette defending. We'll see if there's a hold.
Pass interference, defense number 27. That ball he placed at spot of the foul, automatic, 1st down.
Shepard kind of sets him up as he comes off the ball. They're locked up. They're playing man coverage, and it's Shepard right there when he stops, and then he's going to take off. Millette knows that he's beat, and then that's when he grabs, and the official was right there to see it. It's a good call.
The automatic 1st down. Texans and Seahawks are getting ready to kick off.
I don't know about you guys, but does it seem like
and we'll be coming up next.
knuckle nuts there from when Cowboys is being fairly tame tonight? Like he's, you know, Joe Buck's doing a lot of conversating, a lot of talking, but it just seems like
bull rushes. We've seen it all. He takes Charlie Heck right into the lap of Baker Mayfield.
there you go.
I mean,
You should be beating up on Charlie Heck.
I mean, I mentioned it earlier. Aiden Hutchinson, he's got 4 moves that he has that he's really good at all of them. And if you're a tackle in this league, you don't know what he's bringing.
5th pressure of the night for Aiden Hutchinson. 2nd and 8.
They got Otten over here to help.
Mayfield off his back foot.
Oh, there you go.
And another good play.
Another pass defense, man. These guys are all over it.
Anzalone, this time he's coming, and Baker feels that pressure, and he's not able
It just seems like to me like Troy Aikman is just he's being a little tame tonight. Like someone told him to shut the hell up before the game.
But they've all had their turns at making plays
buddy.
when they've had to.
This is remarkable.
One of the best defensive efforts I've ever seen.
It's 3rd down and 8. Mayfield, end zone. Contact, no flag. It's 4th down again. With Campbell back there in coverage on the running back, Rachaad White. And it's 4th and 8. With under 4.5 to go.
You know, you'd like to be able to get 5 guys into the route, but Aiden Hutchinson,
All right, it's a big stop for us right here. Come on, Gunny. Got to get the stop.
Just does not tire. I mean, he's so relentless that you can't really afford to do it because you've got to give help.
All right, 4th and 8.
They got Otten again inside.
Buccaneers knocking at the door. Lions playing some good defense. Ball snap. Baker's dropping back. Lions dropping coverage. Ball's out, and that is tipped by Whiteside. He is all over the place tonight.
Whiteside.
Nice stand. Hell yeah.
And Kelvin Shepard's like a proud dad over on the sideline.
Come on, Gunny. Come on, this way.
They could only get 4 in the route because they kept Otten in. Now, the only one being doubled on this play was Ibuka, and that's exactly where Mayfield's trying to go with the football. Harper's over there trying to help. He's trying to get the ball to Ibuka and see if maybe he can't make a play. Everywhere else it was singled, but nobody was open.
Thomas Harper making his first start of
Be right
the
back.
season. Nick Whiteside
Gotta go potty.
making the first start of his career.
Pretty amazing. And that defensive staff, starting with Kelvin Shepard, they deserve a game ball.
Here's Montgomery. 3 timeouts remain for Tampa Bay. And they will think about using them here. Tomorrow night, ESPN NHL doubleheader. Brad Marchand returns to Boston, leading the Panthers against David Pastrnak and the Bruins at 7:30 Eastern. Then it's out to Utah for the Mammoth hosting the Avs. And the NBA season tips off tomorrow. ESPN's first doubleheader Wednesday night. The Knicks host the Cavs at 7 Eastern. Then it's out to Dallas for the highly anticipated regular season debut of Cooper Flagg for the Mavs, who host the Spurs. NBA tip-off with Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq debuts on ESPN at 6 Eastern. That's on Wednesday night. Can't wait for that. And a timeout was taken by Tampa Bay. Their first of this second half. It's 2nd and 9. Montgomery again. Servassier Dennis first to get there. 3rd down coming up. Timeout again, Tampa Bay.
You know, I mentioned this defensive staff deserves a game ball, and Aiden Hutchinson with the bye week coming up, I mean, he deserves a week-long trip in Cabo or something. I mean, it's amazing what he's done. And, you know, coming off that type of surgery, Joe, you hear it, we all hear it, that it's not the first year back, it's the year after that, and yet he's playing, you know, this is a big statement, but he's playing at a level that surpasses what he was doing prior to the injury.
Which is amazing. 9.5 sacks his rookie year, 11.5 year 2, and then last year had 7.5 in 5 games before the broken leg. Amazing. Yeah. And those young guys,
man,
they have to be so proud, that defense. And they talked about opportunity. Hey, go make a 12-year career on Monday night, and they're doing everything they can to do just that.
They definitely extend.
All right, let's finish strong, man. Let's run this ball. Where's Demo? All right, quick out to Saint. That went absolutely nowhere.
Out there still doing it. And
Why are we not running the ball? Oh, it's 4th down already? Jesus.
And that drive did nothing except spend the timeouts for Tampa Bay. Time now for our game recap, brought to you by Head & Shoulders. And this defense, just with one reserve after another, guys up off the practice squad, guys who were just added to the roster. I mean, all over these Tampa Bay receivers, and then Aiden Hutchinson took care of all the pressure up front.
You've heard me talk about this organization since Dan Campbell took over. And
What a hell of a game, man. We needed this win.
Along with Brad Holmes and the ownership.
We needed it big time.
And the players, but this is rare. What they have is rare. I mean, there was a time, Joe, we were coming in here every other year for Thanksgiving games, and they were knocked out of the playoffs every other year for Thanksgiving games, and they were knocked out of the playoffs by then. And
Zip
this place
it.
was a morgue. And the fans,
Aikman
the atmosphere
can eat
here,
one,
this is a
dude.
fun play, period.
These nuts, bro.
As Cameron Johnson gets across the 30, and that's it. From top to bottom, whether it's Sheila Fordham, who took over in 2020 for her mother, Martha Firestone Ford, or Brad Holmes, his 5th season, came in.
Post-game show is going to follow this. You guys should be able to lead right into it, right from here. It should help you over.
Dan Campbell, after 18 years with the Rams, think of the names and the players he's added. Sewell, Hutchinson, St. Brown.
I wonder who Brad has his eyes on tonight on Tampa's squad.
All of these injuries.
He's got to love that style of defense that they play.
Against a Tampa Bay team that came in hot. It is remarkable. And you see what they've done in rounds 2 through 4 in the draft.
Yeah, that's where it's built, and they've hit
rounds 2 through 4 in the draft.
Yeah, that's where it's built, and they've hit on some good players, some good tough players.
There goes Aiden. Oh, it's Jack.
Here's a Buka.
Come on, guys. Yeah, pull his pants off. There you go.
Down inside the 40.
Can't be doing this. Cannot be doing this, guys. Jesus. This is the defense where you guys just need to play prevent, quarters defense.
It is still Baker Mayfield.
And you still got guys up like you're going to blitz. Come on. What a terrible throw. Baker looked like he was going to launch that downfield and then like change his mind last minute. He just does not look good tonight at all. He does not look like the quarterback that we've been hearing about and watching all season long, that's for sure.
Some separation and give him a place to go with the football, and there just hasn't been anything there. And so he's been frustrated. He's had to come underneath. Now he missed the throw that would have been a touchdown that was on him. But you can also see the way he's moving around. He's been battered pretty good tonight.
2nd down and 10.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And the play is made by Tyrus Wheat.
Wheatons got him.
Second play of this second half, and that is a loss of 11 on the sack. And for Tyrus Wheat, his first sack as a Lion.
No respect.
Yeah, Baker gets caught.
Oh, that's a trip. That's a trip. Oh, no.
These are the receivers for Tampa Bay. They run into each other.
He's gonna get a flag. He's gonna penalty or I can't talk. He's gonna get a fine for that. He absolutely tripped him.
He does lift up his leg and causes the trip.
Play clock is at 1. They just get it away. They don't call the trip. And Baker's backing up. He's got no time.
I think that is a play that they can actually hit on replay assist.
Reader, who's been battling a bad back, was in there applying pressure.
Yeah, 4-man rush, and just really this defensive line is just taking it to the offensive front. I mean, there's 4 guys. You see the inside pressure.
I gotta watch that. Oh wow, Jordan pushed him into his quarterback.
Do
you guys see that?
And now this is last gasp. 2:33 to go. 4th down and 21.
Why would you push him towards your quarterback?
You see they're bringing 3. They got 3 rushers.
There you go. Now you're finally playing some true prevent, but just don't let him catch a freaking ball. There you go.
A turnover on downs. As Ryan Miller made the grab, and it's Detroit's ball.
Glad to see Readers out there, but man, you can tell he's in a little bit of pain. Ooh, Baker's feeding that ref.
As he's yelling at John Hussey, our referee tonight.
Yeah, there's no telling. He might have seen the trip. I'm not exactly sure, but obviously Baker not pleased at all. And you know, this was a game we were going to find out a lot about both these teams. We talked about the implications that are going to be on the line when we get through the end of this season. And tough place to come in and try to play. We thought we'd see more offense out of Tampa Bay against this defense, but
I called 35-23. 12-point win. Lions up by 15 right now. They did a little better than what I thought they would. They didn't score as many points as I thought that they would. They left a lot of points on the table here.
This is going to be a hard-fought win for this Detroit team. Wasn't pretty tonight, really. There were that long run, 78 yards by Jahmyr Gibbs.
Goff needs to pepper just like three more completions.
And 24 points put up. How about this defense?
If you go back and listen to the Can of Fire podcast, one of my calls was if Jared Goff throws the ball more than 29 times or 28 times, that's not football that we want to be playing. And right now, Jared Goff is 20 of 29.
He carries it.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. It keeps whining backwards on me.
Timeouts. Both these teams are going to walk out of here at 5-2. Detroit going into their bye week. And Tampa Bay with a road date at New Orleans, then it's their bye. Here's Detroit's schedule. They have the Vikings, Commanders, Eagles, and Giants after the bye. And the Tampa third down and 7. Montgomery will kind of duck down. The clock will continue to run, and it will be.
I don't understand why this thing is like.
Servassier Dennis makes the stop. Time for Jared Goff to spend the bye week with his wife Kristen, their baby Romy, who was born in the middle of July.
Someone tell Snoopy Lion, like, is he not realize the game is still on?
The following week will be with his wife Emily and their
What an idiot.
girl Coco. So these are two guys that are former #1 picks overall, no longer with their original teams, and both girl dads here in 2025.
And we love girl dads.
Yes, we do.
Both
Near
of
and
us.
dear to our hearts.
Yep. And you know, you're talking about the schedule, Joe, and these standings, like you mentioned, the North. Shoot, that's a tight race between the 3 teams, and actually all 4 teams, even with Minnesota, but keeping pace with Green Bay, and it's going to be fun as we move through the rest of this year in that division and a lot of these other competitive divisions.
Dan Campbell, 49 years old. We talked about the injuries with his roster and how they piled up. He said, shoot, I said it was different than when you were a player. So when I was a player, I was just a pickup truck. A couple more dents in the fender, who cares? But these guys, they're highly trained and tuned athletes, so we got to keep digging deeper on our roster, and that whole next man up thing gets tired. But that's really what it's been tonight. I mean, literally across this entire defense for Dan Campbell.
You know, Dan was a backup tight end in Dallas to Jason Witten, and as a backup tight end, he had his own radio show once a week.
Troy Aikman's an idiot.
And you can imagine, pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd listen to that.
Heck yeah.
Little did we know back then, that was before the bite your kneecaps thing. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's Troy Aikman's half-ass gib, dig at Dan Campbell.
He took it down to the 5 and then spun his way into the end zone from there. And it's been a big night. 136 on the ground, 82 through the air.
All right. Big shout out to you, Jody. $20 super chat says Lions for the W. So happy we all are, man. It's a hell of a game.
This game's over.
All right, y'all. I'm going to end this one. We're going to jump into the next one. We'll see you over there in just a few moments. Lions win. Lions win. Lions win.
As the two head coaches come together and Bucks
yeah.
walk out 5-2.
On my phone was Peyton Manning. He said, Jeff, I feel your pain. Will you join me in
since October of 2022?
Rise and Grind Morning Show is the best podcast in the world. Amigo Robinson.